Work. Welcome to the show. We're just waiting for the other communications to work. And that is all of Facebook. I decided to just get rid of Zoom and OBS, and Facebook's supposed to be working. And now it's saying it can't. So, and you got to do all this prep work. So I'll have to figure out how to stop it because there's no stop button. That's interestingly new. So when you look at this, what are the emotions? When you are in the middle of something, the old habit of a paradigm and the low emotional intelligence, and not to say people are stupid, it is that we're developing this. We can't always want it at our time. Obviously. There is communication issues that is happening into this. Do you have to lose your shit? Do you have to go into that negative emotions? Because we're meant to be in this love state and be gratitude. So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that I'm going to be able to reconnect. I'm going to find ways, and it is connecting into finding that solution. And that's what I'm looking for at this point, is finding that solution. So how to do it while you're talking, and I don't just look at it and listen to my ego. I allow myself to, and if that's the case, okay, if that is the case, and seeing it's not allowing me to get out of this, if I were to do this, that doesn't work. And so here we go again. So learning. So now my whole computer is rendered with it won't let me push the button because it's stuck. So what's preventing me from going forward? Now, you can go there with a whole bunch of ego issues, but that's not the case for me. It is allowing myself to see what step am I missing. See, and as I did that, I was able to click and see the step. So by all rights, and I think we're live. So hi, I am Brenda Jean, Power Medicine Woman. I am from Medicine Woman Soultion, and there is always a solution. There is always a third option. So how do we want to put this information out today? This information is simply, now, you missed the beginning because there was a mesh. I don't even know the word. There must be a new word. There happens to be something that was miscommunication. There was something that's missing. So really, what does that mean? It means that I need to focus and shut up just for a second, and you have to bear with me. So Sunday for you. And we're going to, again, Spirit says that we can, stream across all these other videos, and we'll see if any of that's even true. This is so funny. You should be able to push this button here, and yeah, there I am. Refresh. And how, you wonderful people. You know what to do, you wonderful people, as I begin to start the journey of this show, which is never with grace and ease. Yes, it is. It's always with grace and ease. But it doesn't have to be easy. This transition, that's what you're supposed to focus on. Number one, the transition. Hi, Diana. The transition is not going to be what you think it means. It's a little bit, feels a little bit discouraging sometimes. Is it our timeline? Do we sit there in ego and go, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it? So what mindset are you really in? How are you going to be able to determine what is you and what is your false self? And a lot of people, I need to address the high beta. A lot of people get into high beta. And that is very important for you to begin to understand that high beta, this isn't going to help me at all. High beta. Well, right now, if you're alert and just, then you're in beta. You're able to do that communication. But if you are in a beta that is overthinking, over talking, just in a state trying to just do the left side logical part of you, and you feel like you need to solve every problem because everything feels like a threat. Everything feels, that's stress. You need to begin to pay attention to how you speak and how things look and how, hi, Michelle, and how to address it again. So, Amy, are you able to speak, or are you out of commission?
No, I'm able to speak.
Now, first of all, I don't know if anybody can hear her. I tried to up the volume up. I'm not sure if it's...
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you. So, hi, Beta. You've experienced it. You're beginning to learn it. I mean, you'd think, oh, she's not helping me. She's being mean. She's just telling me to shut up. This is how some people work. She may not have done that, but you're in stress. You're looking for answers. You're looking for someone to talk to. Thank you, Amanda. You got to problem solve, but you don't want anybody else to problem solve. But at the same time, we've also come into this world is that we want everybody to solve our problems. So that creates karma imbalances. Okay. So
it's when your thoughts go apeshit, and you can't even think your way out of a paper bag.
Okay.
So to speak. And you're anxious, you're worried.
Okay, so negative emotions create negative thinking. But does that sound logical when you're thinking?
When you're thinking it at the time, it does, but it's really not.
And when do you feel like people are attacking you? How you can change your thinking by figuring out what these words are, figuring out kind of how you function. This is part of how to become a spiritual human. No back talk for myself. Wait a minute. Isn't that a great example from Spirit that says I do a lot of self-talk in my head? Anyway, what are filters?
Filters are the lenses that you see the world in. Not necessarily it's how you perceive the world to be, and everybody has different filters, so nobody sees the world exactly the same way you do.
Excellent. So no one can show up to you any other way than you let them. That is really good. I'm so proud of you. Okay, anyway, so if you've been listening, so, oh, he seems like a nice guy, and you're over there going, I don't have. That is part of your filter. So you're defining all those moments. Okay, so she's going to look and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Wait till you're with him. And so she's telling me her history. She's telling me where she's losing power. She's telling me, that her taking her personal life force energy and put it to each of these experiences that she's still paying for, even if it happened 10 years ago. She's still paying for it. And this is where spiritual debt becomes the issue. If you only get 100% and you have spent that 100% and you went into debt, and you had to take credit, is it really going to solve it? The question, yeah. And no, it's not. It'll come up with many, many things like, oh, what if I changed? Oh, no, he needs to change. And it's the ego mindset is there to help you to make a construct, find out what love isn't, to see the opposite, to help you work together with the yin idea so that you can create. Like, for instance, when you begin to use your left brain, right brain, that yin and that yang and that spiritual mindset and your ego mindset, it is like, I want to create my kitchen. But how do I do that? How do I do that? And the right brain begins to bring in that information. And then as that to that higher source, that authentic source, that idea, like if you watch people get bored and in your body and energies are going back into, the only way it can survive is to predict what's going to happen. If I do this and this and this. Now they're all work together. There's really no enemy, but it is how we have, as evolving consciousness, have been stuck at the level of consciousness because we haven't been providing new information. Level of consciousness, first three chakras, are about consuming. It's about safety, security, and stability. And we are so used to just going down in there. So if I'm having a conversation, hey, Amy, I remember when I dyed my hair when I was a little girl, or when my mother, dyed her hair, and I was watching how the beauticians do it, and the rollers. Do you remember the rollers in the people's hair?
Oh my God, yes, I still have my mother's rollers.
See, now I just generated with words. Yeah, mine disintegrated. My mother's is disintegrated. But the thing is, she just went right down to the first, second, and third chakra, just pulled up those particular memories and those particular things. And all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, did you see how much of a rush those memories? It was a good memory. So it's not that you're not paying for that. Those vibrations, when they hit a certain hertz level, a frequency hertz level, and then the vibration of the rotations of, whether it's fast or slow, will determine if she's happy or she was sad. And as you heard her, she was happy. So it sounds like a lot of, hey, I feel like I'm in school. I don't know if I like that. But then it's like, well, then this show's not for you. But if you're awakening and you want to know what's really going on, you need to understand how to see things. Now, people will come up and they'll say, oh, well, I see that you're having this pattern. It's got to be such and such and such. Now, here's the thing. I listen to spirit on how this looks. I take outside information and I let spirit tell me whether it's in alignment or not. Now, you eventually will get to that stage once you develop and spend time in the spiritual mindset. Now, when I first started out, I was feeling that feel-good feeling, spirituality, seeing synchronicities, but defining it in an ego mindset. That's going to screw you over, because eventually you're going to get what's called the law of chance, 50% right, 50% sense wrong. And it's a good stepping stone, but the more you employ your spirit, the more you heal and resolve out all those negative experiences and emotions, you get that energy back into your body. That energy then helps sustain you. And if you learn how to open that heart, your body and your life will begin to change. And when you begin to do that, then you're taking that energy to help you sustain and to then grow, and in a very healthy way. So you get the power back. You learn how to stay in the spiritual mindset. And how you stay in the spiritual mindset will actually help you see life differently. And when you begin to see through the spiritual mindset, and you can understand a little bit more with the ego mindset, there is a place for it. An ego is a lens. It's an electromagnetic guiding omni apparition, and it is meant to help you see those electromagnetic energies, to help you bring consciousness through into a 3D, 5D world. But it's not meant for you to over-identify, live there, get lost, and forget you have a spirit. And every now and then you come up for air. I need my sanity. Go back yet. No, you don't have to do that. There's evolving the nervous system, evolving your body. And that's learning how to resolve the emotional chemical peptides that are trapped inside the body, and that the brain only uses to predict with. So again, you wonderful, lovely people, if you allow yourself to hit the love button, and who knows, maybe you will. If spirit's generous and I've got like all day to do nothing, which I don't feel I have, but spirit goes, oh, no, you're not doing that. You're over here. No, you're not doing that. You're over here. So I'm not a slave to spirit. Okay. If I need inspiration and I don't know those programs are kicking off, all of a sudden I'll find myself sitting in front of the computer doing these things for people, giving cards, doing that, helping out. And so it becomes this flow. And then before you know it, I've created a whole bunch of chemical peptides that are healthy and help make me stronger. And you'd be amazed at yourself. Okay. You really, really would become amazed at yourself about how you do things. So you with me so far? You understand? You have any questions? I really would like you to communicate with me about this, because every single person does these things. Now, if you're looking for a 1-minute read, be my guest. Send it to mws4u@dr.com. No matter which room you're in, we will get your message. And then when at the end of the show, this is where we will then give you your read. Okay, you can ask a question, or you can just say 1-minute read, however you want to do this. If you're looking to expedite, yes, you go right ahead and notice that it is Thursday, because Thursday is 23 day, and there's a whole numerological thing for me here, but it is that I expend way more energy, and you're paying for my time, you're paying for my expertise, and you're paying for my energy flow, as Spirit works through me extra hard to really see and bring through the correct light language that's going to be for you. Okay? Now, you also have the option of paying it forward. If you don't want a reading, but you're thinking so-and-so might want one, or, let Spirit pick lately, and Spirit has really enjoyed, like, sometimes Spirit will pick. They picked a woman that was in the hospital, and, she, because she won 6 minutes, we were able to give her some assistance, which is always good. Pilly, I paid for 5 people. I added a list of people in the payment, and I love that. So you got that list? I'll see it, but do you see what Pilly put? Oh my God, Pilly, see? Now I just want to cry, because that's a good, huh? No, it'll be in, it'll be in the, I gotta open it up and look at it. It's just a beautiful thing. So first up, the first person that's paid is Amanda Gibbs. So we'll be doing her as soon as we get done talking. And then after that, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to send this forward this real quick to Amy. It would be the Outlook game. Okay, just so you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And that way we can, and the last one is Samantha, from what I can see. So that's not written on that thing, so you just have to break that down. So again, thank you for that. That has been wonderful. So after Amanda will be, was it Nethy LC, Jessie Day, Jennifer Hackman?
Billy goes into the hope chest 5 times.
Yes. And then Jennifer, okay, like I said, Jennifer Hackman, Andre Thomas, Andre. I terrible with names. And then Samantha. All right, but Pilly, 5 times. She paid for 5. What happens with that? That means that 5 people, or 5 times, her name gets to go into the hope chest. Amanda's name gets to go into the hope chest. What is the hope chest? The hope chest is that you get a chance to win 15 minutes of my time on air to help you. Michelle. Okay, just double checking. When you begin to notice, like when you hear me talk, hi Adam, you want to learn about how to awaken, how to move forward. There is a formula. I was surprised that I had found it when I was younger, and I have been building up and applying and moving forward in this whole. Next thing I know, I hear Spirit speaking. Oh, thank you for all of you that are sharing. Remember, those that are new in the room, hit the love button, share away. And if we get to see that, that's great. And what happens is that at the end of the show or the next day, Spirit goes through and starts giving out cards. So you can get one in your message, see how Spirit goes. Let's talk a little bit more. And when you get moving around this, you want to be able to you discover where your energy is lost, why things are repeating itself, where is your life going. We do address the future questions, but it is usually based on what do you need to learn, what do you need to let go of, what do you need to close, what do you need to surrender to, and all of the above. So what happens next is that we are now going to go into the expedites. So we are going, and it really, makes me sad that we can't do Zoom.
Makes me sad too.
I'm going to be doing an interview on Sunday. Oh, wonderful. I'm going to be doing an interview on Sunday, and that is with C. Megan Michael, and I will have the information soon put up so that you wanted to come and listen, you can. And, thank you. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and will be helpful. I don't know. I just know that I haven't done an interview in I can't tell you how many years, but I'm willing to do them again, and I'm willing to get out there and start doing this. Am I a witch? No. Well, how do you define a witch? Every day people use words to talk. Just by asking that question, the way you arrange the words, that is, how you would want to define it. We have to break up labels. I am not into any particular religion. I am not in any particular, because if you're asking if it's a witch, then it must be a religion you're asking about. Everybody that cooks in the kitchen is an alchemist. Everybody that walks through nature, it works through elements. So I don't really know how to answer that. I don't think they're good or bad. That's history. That's how people define things. There's bad connotations to all of that. But I can tell you is that we are made of energy. Our cells, the traditional Chinese medicines, when you look at how the body communicates through meridians, I don't think that's really considered. You can take bits and pieces of truth from everything. You don't have to follow just one thing. And I can tell you, as the light language comes through, as it begins to develop, as you begin to interpret it, you will be able to communicate in such a better way of living for your life. If you have a lot of fear, process it out. You have a lot of questions that you don't know, you turn to spirit. You don't have to listen to your ego mindset telling you lies and the fear. You either have fear or love, whatever you choose. If you believe it is about fear, then please start processing out that chemical peptide. That chemical peptide, we have them all over, but the ones I address is about emotions. And when people start using hope therapy, and when people start using the source points, what the fuck are source points? Oh, that word source scares me. Excuse me. You got to return to source. You got to look at the source. The source point in a physical body is these points on each of these meridians. And the source point is like a pooling of energy. So every part of the body, every part of the meridians have ways that it crosses over, pulls up, has different things working on a deeper issue. But this point, they call them source points. It is energy will fill up in there. And when you begin to rub that on your body, like this is a source point right here for large intestine. As you begin to do this, you're intentionally rubbing this point, and that energy goes through to the large intestine first, and then it helps balance. Hi, honey. Alan's here. It balances the large intestine meridian, and then again, what does it do? It zings all over. Now it has to zing in a pattern like of a circle, and then it has to zing in like a star. And thank you, Spirit. Help Pilly stay connected. She keeps going in and out. So help stabilize that energy field. So I can't control what people think or what they're going to say I am. I can tell you that I'm a medicine woman. There's a bad connotation with those words too, because look out through history. But you really understand the energy is that I come from this particular part of the future energy. I don't know exactly what that means. I just know that Spirit said that it is that I'm not going to follow all of the same traditions to keep the locked in of the 3D world. This is about that fifth dimension and higher. And it's bringing through who your authenticity is, and to allow the energy of love to come through and balance that nervous system, open that heart up again. And that means they have a trauma or a drama or hell. You get stuck in your negative thinking. You literally are lowering your frequency inside your body. And we're made of frequency. Those start to go out of whack. Your whole world becomes upside down. Things happen in the physical body as well as the physical world. See how you function as a human. But if you begin to wake up and you're learning different things, which has helped you to support your spirit, sweetheart. And if you are, let's play. Amanda, let's see. So I want to know what Amanda's got to say. Everything's all good and fine and dandy. Good. Diana says, I am practicing singing C. Yes, because that was one of the notes that was not like C, the C note and B note. Well, there's Amanda. Sweetheart, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to work with? And if you're not sure, that's fine. Leave it up to Spirit. And then I'll bring the information. Physical aspects of us, who we are. And if we can't really physically get our shit together, make money, or really need to get those frequencies inside of you to become balanced. And there's lots of ways to do this. One of them is toning, singing. One of them is listening and matching and mirroring. There's many other things to do. Okay, so I'm just going to start Amanda, and I will look her up from time to time. And apparently, even though pink's not my favorite color, because energetically it throws me off, but guess what? It's not today. And so we're going to use a pink pendulum. Okay.
It's not true baby pink.
No, it's not. No, it's a different frequency for me. So that's good. Baby pink gets me. I have no idea why. Okay. Resetting up. All right, Amanda, you're going through what's called the dark night of the soul, which means you are learning at some of your programs is ready to heal. But the direction and the purpose of her life is to move forward. But you're not able to do this at this time because you can learn, you can bring information in, and you can do all the stuff that's necessary and get prepared for when all of a sudden it takes off. But your soul is asking you to address ego behavior, some type of thinking, a pattern of belief that is causing you to have a hard time. Like, for instance, overpowered in the past. Now, again, you're going to say, well, I don't feel that right now, or you may feel it, but this is all of your past history. I'm looking at the entanglement cords, and this is what's stopping you from seeing, being, and doing your purpose and your direction in your life. And this is, have you ever felt overpowered? And they said, sometimes you will have an incident and then you go home and your ego will just start making you obsess. Okay, it'll make you obsess. So you'll just be thinking, and trying to solve it. What if I think this? What if I think that? What if I... or you just can't stop thinking about the person. So then all of a sudden they become the sun, and you keep rotating around it, trying to figure it out. Like, I got to get my power back, or I got to make this stop. So what happens? It causes a frustration. So the first thing is that the spleen meridian says it's going to have issues. Then it goes into the stomach having issues. And they said the one thing that you're trying to address, that you're obsessed about, is that you feel irrelevant. You may not understand this word, but then you may. It's like, whoa. Okay. Now, let's go a little bit further. And then it says you're trying to get your power back, but you, at what age? Your 4-year-old, your 13-year-old, and your 25-year-old self can't help. But if they were to sit in the room together, they'd say, oh my God, that happened to me. Oh my God, that happened to me. And the oh my God is that you can still feel the same energy loss. You can still feel the same story. Even though they may be three that are different, the similar thing is you feel overpowered by the situation. And it changes the energy into your field. Now it's become a habit. Again, they say that you are to address how, when you're having a conversation, doing certain things, do you feel worthless? Now, says yes, it feels that way. Yes, because that is the amount of energy loss. That is the story that your soul is playing out. And it wants you to say, okay, let's change this. Now, for the last four, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, what about me? Because you feel bullied. Okay, that last three words, it's very important to understand. What does it mean? Okay? Because when you have those energies running that way and you can define that moment, the thing is how do you change it? Some are huge that have to take unfoldment, changing certain areas of your life. For you, you can begin to transform the emotion that causes all this causes the overpowering to happen, is that there was a frustration that you had picked up inside the womb. And how many months? About 6 months inside the womb, you picked up the frustration and you picked up your mother's story. This isn't about blaming. No. You chose your mother, you chose for her, because she knew all that she was going to do of how she was going to respond. And you said, yes, I need to work on these issues. This is what I want to know. It is boiled down to the frustration. At that time, most people in the past were never allowed to be themselves. And it's a lot of lofty energy. And you feel the frustration, you're going to feel that energy and your body is going to go ding, 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 ding. And then it's going to set off a whole bunch of alarms. And then your body will start acting a certain way. Your mind and your thoughts will start acting a certain way. And your body's consciousness says, hey, it's 2:00 and you're supposed to feel like shit. And you need to feel overpowered. And you're going to have to feel, because it's in the environment. Now, everybody could be happy in that environment, but what if they have frustrations at home that their body is going through? And if you don't know where you end and they begin, and you have this particular issue of frustration, understand you're going to pick it up. It's like the body's consciousness is doing this. We have to look for frustration. We have to look for being, there it is. And then all of a sudden the whole system goes wacky. Okay, your body does an impending doom. Now I'm going to ask Spirit, do you want her to heal that out? So if you would with me, I'm going to go give you another minute or so. You just need to use your hand or find a refrigerator. Use my magnets. It's just that they roll. Okay, your hand works great. A refrigerator magnet works great. Some people can't even handle magnets, and you still can. So we say prenatal conception, interaction with the environment, and uncertainty. So that's what you're going to write down. Just give you a second just to write it down. Is that you got to, when you use your magnet, you're going to be putting it here, and you're going to say prenatal conception, interaction with the environment, uncertainty. Prenatal conception, interaction with the environment, uncertainty. And you're going to have to do that 10 times, darling. Feel it. Get into the words. And if you have to roll more than once because you're going, you say prenatal conception, and then you're missing it. Okay, but prenatal conception, environment, interaction with the environment, that's fine. It doesn't, you don't, just as long as you can get more, 10 times or more, get it all out. And what it's doing is you're pulling that push in, and you lift up at the same time, and you breathe in and out, because we want to bring that governing meridian back. Okay, so the next person is who's on her first list. Pilly paid it forward.
I have them on my list. I have Angie first.
And that's the ones that Pilly has paid for. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, did you get my email? because that person is first. So that'd be N-E-T.
No, I did not there. Where did you email it to?
I told you Outlook, yours, because that's the only one that was the quickest to do. So the first person that we're going to do is N-E-T-H-Y and then L-C. Nethy L-C. So you're first, and then Jessie Day, and then Jennifer Hackman, and is it Andrea? I get confused. Andrea Thomas. So if you have a question, then this is the time is get ready. When I get ready to do you just type in what it, whoa. Oh my God, I thought I accidentally shut off the show. Scared the living crap out of myself. Okay. Now.
Cancel.
Oh yeah, cancel. That's another language we don't want to put into the yes. Oh, you want Jessie Day is first. Okay, I don't care who you put. Jessie Day first. Okay. Pilly, you already know who? That's great. Oh, waiting for nothing to get home. Great. So Jessie Day, you got what you want to talk about? Then you go ahead, and I will wait just a second or two because of the delay, and we'll do this now. So now Pilly's got her name in what, 2 more times? So she's got like 7, 8, 9. I don't remember what she's got now.
5, 6, 7.
Wow. That's awesome.
Plus,
look at all the
because I think she's other shows.
And with those, yeah, so she got more. And the thing is that show going. Set the timer. Ooh. To who? Okay, so when you're in a space of contempt, when you feel wherever you're at, if you feel the contempt, and let me just find it. Well, that doesn't help. When you feel the contempt, can you feel contempt? You have to think about this. It's 2 emotions. Do you feel anger and disgust? Okay. Contempt is anger and disgust. It has a face. I don't know if I did it well. It has a face. You can have that towards people, or they will have it towards you. So you have to look at the 2 energies, okay, the different directions. Or you may feel like somebody's doing it to somebody else. Anger is found in the liver meridian, and disgust is found in the stomach meridian. So you've got 2 meridians that are kicking off. And let's see. So contempt is a pattern of attitudes, behaviors, often towards an individual or group, that sometimes towards an idea. And what's it about? It's feeling that if you're looking at a person, it's like you're worthless. Oh, I don't even want to consider you. Just like, we can do that when we're mad at our mates. Oh my God. I just can't even, no. Okay. Or the offense of being disobedient and disrespectful. And, and they like think of it in a court of law, but if you're disgusted or you're angry, you have contempt because, your kid is not behaving. That's another way of looking at it. Okay. So with having identity and saying, hey, I take up this much space because I was meant to, and it's okay that I do so. But you want to have an idea, you want to do something. All of a sudden, does anybody discourage you? Have you had those looks? Had you had those feelings towards you? Could you feel this? Because they're literally saying, because they're literally saying is that you become self-conscious of it. You kind of become aware. Oh, I don't really want to say, who I am in front of others because they're just going to, condemn me or give me that look. So I don't want to do that. And then they said, okay, you're like, let's say you're at work. You go up to Pilly. Hey, Pilly, you're chatting with Pilly. Pilly's fine. Oh, but you can't really let anybody else see you because there's some people that in your mind through the filter is that you see what happened when you were 4 and 8. And it's like that look. You don't want that look to happen to you. And it makes it so that it's hard to make compatibility with people. Jessie says always. And when it makes that hard to have compatibility, what happens? Well, I can't find love, or I can't find this, or I can't find that. And it makes it so that the conversations and you go into an emotion and you can't help but to, and there's a form of an isolation after a while. What? Yeah, okay, yeah, you feel so and you just want to avoid. I totally agree. She does? So why, okay, there, someone's from the other side is here. They love pink for some reason. They're complimenting me on my pink. They're going pink. But it was, she does it all the time. They're saying that you, all the time. There's a part of you that begins to feel that, oh my God, that you had experienced when you were younger, and that you feel that impending doom coming from them. You really lined up words, and it wasn't even words that you could talk. It was how your body felt those words. And there's a certain amount of insecurity when it comes to, I want to be creative. And you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do it in front of you guys, or I'm not going to do. And it literally, those emotions, those feelings, and that emotion of itself, contempt, controls you. We want that out, but you got to first understand that you feel like all your efforts are unreceived. You know, you can do all these kindness and this niceness, and then you just feel like they're unreceived. Why? It's like, after a while, why should I do it? And they're saying that it affects the way that your heart feels. Your heart feels, and your heart then says, no, because I'm just going to get judged. And then the wall says, I have the fear of judgment. So you may not even be aware that this program is running, but what's happening is then your inner world creates your outer world. And so then your energy will go out, and they'll start creating people to kind of show up that way. And then there's some days it won't. And some days you feel irrelevant and you feel really good, but you feel like, okay, they're saying that if you could just begin, they're being gentle with you. If you could just begin, it doesn't matter, either hand. If you could just put your hand here. This is called the OMG. You can find it here at this website under healing tools. That's what it's called. MedicineWomanSolution.weebly.com. Look under healing tools. Don't put the www. You ain't going to find it. I don't know why. There's that communication again. But you go there. You find the... What's that?
I didn't get your email.
That's fine. So what happens is that, I'm sorry, she threw me off for a second there. Oh, look for the OMG. And you then can watch the video and read the instructions. One of the things is that I put everything on a scale from 0 to 10. Yeah, everything she's saying, oh my God, I can connect with this. Is that an 8? Is that a 10? And then you're like, oh yeah, I can think of that person. You can get it up there. You keep your hand there. And when you're thinking about it, you don't have to hardwire your brain to go more into hell. You can literally bring that blood back up to your forebrain as you're thinking about it, which then helps dissolve those chemical peptides that cause you to keep repeating it. Okay. And that is the one thing that you need to address. Now, the other one, I don't know how new you are to this whole, this whole thing that we're doing here. But you could also do eye switching or sensory. It's called sensory, that order. Now, who's next, Pilly? I forgot. So whoever's next, Pilly, you just say who's next then. And did that make any sense besides she's just said always, but does it make any sense? This may be new to you. While we're waiting, yes, I knew what happened. See the red, it's so bizarre. Not work for me. And it's not just that it's not working for me, that something is not correct. So you can see it here. But the black stayed, because you can see the black here and here. So it looks like feathers. That's what it's meant to look like. Doesn't make any sense to me, but that's all right. Okay. walk through and I can help you break it down very quick and help your body release it. And you can start moving forward from that. If you take this information, you need to witness that, yes, she was right, because I can see this, but there is a way out. Okay. We just did, is Jennifer Hackman there? Is Jennifer Hackman available? Oh yeah, I bleached the stripes a blonde. I bleached them blonde. This was all blonde. I bleached them down. And the first time I did it, perfect, red, perfect. But it was one of those wash and wear. This is a permanent one. And my husband's hair took red. Mine didn't. I'm not supposed to have reds. This is not supposed to be a washout one. This is a permanent red. Black, wow. I can have black, but I can't have red. Because see, the thing is again, my frequency is different. So me and my husband are evolving together. And so if I get too far ahead, I have to feel like I'm in transition, waiting for him to get where he needs to go. And then once he clicks up, then we start to take off and do certain things. And there's different areas that we do. Spirit has always had my back, has helped me do things. It's gotten me over here. It's helped me move forward. And the one part that just makes me laugh is, is that like this communication that's happening, I'm not supposed to have communication success until it's aligned properly. So I know when the doors open and the doors are, how you doing? Okay. Now, Jennifer. Yes, thank you. So it does look better. Next here. Okay, because all I know is that I put out, and so whoever's dictating, y'all need to speak up before I open my mouth. How can I do that again? Yes, I swear that calls people forward. Okay, so I don't see. As soon as she responds again, please be ready, because this is a show and we need to keep the flow going. I'll give it another couple seconds and then we'll see. Who am I doing first?
Andrea.
Oh, okay. I don't know. The movies are make my day. I don't know. Somebody on the other side, we used to watch movies. I said, make my day. And then it says, then they jumped right in and says, feeling attacked. Oftentimes you will get up, everything's great, and your body begins to respond, and you may not be aware of it, but if you were to pay attention, do you feel attacked? Like, can you feel, I think it's part of you being an empath. If you're watching a scary movie, can you feel the threat? Can you feel how people are responding? They go, did you feel the threat? You're like, oh, I felt it. They're saying sometimes you feel attacked. So what they're pointing out is that you can be in your kitchen doing whatever you're doing. Let's say you're going, I'm going to make the sandwich. But all of a sudden your body's consciousness starts coughing, or your body will start acting really weird because your body feels and looking around, feeling like it's going to be attacked. And then all of a sudden, I have this strange feeling. Did you ever feel like somebody always jumped out in front of you and tried to scare you? Make my day. I don't know do you know anybody that liked that movie On the Other Side? Because they're very much repeating that again and again. In it, some crying when that first incident occurred. And this crying, it took away your attention. The energy field inside her body. Her egoic self. So she then become over-identified then, or she took on an ego program that she has to, I don't want to say angry. I don't even put it. Oh, Jennifer says, oh my God, Andrew, your dream world makes sense. It's okay. Terribly abusive relationship. Okay. So apparently, all right. But so this is what's happening. So there was a first time in your youth, So the energy is shit, so that you have to keep repeating it until you resolve it. Okay, you got that part? Because they're saying, okay, going back in. Were you aggressive child or an angry child? And I feel like you got firmly corrected. You got firmly corrected. And is it an unhealthy? What happens is that when children like throw tantrums or children are aggressive because they want a particular outcome, I want that, and then they won't change their behavior. They'll just cry and scream. Cool. It's about the identity. Spirit again on the other side is there. In order for a person to knock down a bully, you have to become aggressive, more aggressive. So what happened, I think, is you wouldn't change your behavior. That's what they meant when you were an ego, because we're all born in becoming a little narcissist, and when we're first born, and it's all about me. And then when you're trying to grow and you have this particular outcome and you get very upset if you don't get it. Now, your identity with that was knocked out of you. Fear became more dominant. So your ability to stay in that particular behavior was scared out of you. Was what? The autism area. Where's the panic? It's like in this area here. And the lower back, maybe the right hip area. What that means is that when bad stuff happens, it didn't go through you, it got stuck. And because they're stuck, you have to keep repeating this story over and over. You can change this, you can heal this again, because this is a big one. I would say make an appointment with me. But if you want to heal it yourself, I think the best route would be, you could do the oh my God, but I really feel treasure chesting. Look for treasure chesting or cord switching, because those two are going to really help pull shit out and then take your energy back and take the crap that people have put onto you out. Those two really are an amazing healing tool, and they're free to you if you were to want to heal that out, okay? Because your body is saying it's done, it's ready. Pilly must say something to, for her to, she must love you guys a lot because you're ready. Okay, so now I'm just going to sit here and somebody's going to tell me who's next.
Jennifer.
You made it, Jennifer. Okay. You give me feedback, a recommendation or testimony or whatever they call it on Facebook. Just do it on my fan page and that would be helpful. This may be so new, but Pilly has been watching and doing, I don't know what kind of healing tools she's been doing, but I can see her energy has been growing, which is huge. So, as long as you guys got a great bunch of family there, it's knit unit, a tribe. That's beautiful. And thank you for letting me in, Pilly. Okay, so Jennifer, I'm going to just start and then doggone my thing. It's supposed to work. Okay. Oh, I don't want to sing. I'll survive. That's it. Or heartbreak, because the huge part is they said that because of that pain, you diminished your character. You stopped being who you are. Well, it's a beautiful group, Pilly. But your heart, you're just... Now, if that's ringing true, then let me know. So, but they're pointing out, I survived and I will survive. You keep going. And they're saying that you had to get lofty with yourself. You had to. It's time to let go of some of the story. I don't know how long ago that this happened. Ooh, you have your 4-year-old self that had something huge happen. They said it feels like just like yesterday. I'm looking at the body's consciousness now. what? And at the same time, I look at clues. Somebody says, perfect. So something snuck in, and that's how spirit speaks. So do you feel like a soul survivor? All right, a little bit of feedback, sweet cheeks. That'd be great. Why do we call her sweet cheeks? I don't know. Sorry. In order to feel again. Oh, she has tears. I've lost so many. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, in order for you to survive, in order for you to do the soul survivor, as they point it, out of the heart. And I've had many issues with myself with lost love, and so I know it works. You have to become something you don't want to be out of sympathy. In order for you to survive, in order for you to wake up from all of those tears, all of those moments, as a need they need, and you're like, I can do that. Now, it was great. It helped you out. It helped you move forward. But now these certain people feel trained that, oh, Jennifer will do it. Okay. Do they act that way? Do they know that? It just happens to be an energy cord. I don't know if they're take things too far into the extreme. What does that mean? This is what it means. Okay. If you take something too far to the extreme, you're going to be completely out of balance, and then you'll never be able to find your center. So now people have, oh, well, Jennifer did it because she's always said time, not healed, but you evolve certain part over time. And you're like, I don't really want to always be there. So how am I supposed to show up? You have to help them. And that's where the healing tools come in. There are some people that don't, and you can teach them tools. You can do certain things to help them. And you'd be surprised at how many people, God love it. I had this beautiful friend, and every day it was the same story. And finally I says, I don't know what to do anymore. And Spirit says, you need to sit there and do this. And I'm like, okay. So the next time the phone rang, I mean, this was a daily hours upon hours. And I'm thinking, I have a life, I've got kids, and yet I really feel like I need to be there for her. And I said, okay, so what we're going to do something different is that I'm going to help you heal, and I'm going to give you a tool. I'm going to do this and that. Then this is what happened. As soon as I started to, oh my God, I gotta go. My dog just ran out the door. I'm thinking, does she have a dog? I thought she had cats. And I never hear from her again for a whole year. Hey, she survived, but I didn't hear from her for a whole year. She was stuck in her traumas and her dramas. She did not want to lose that identity. When you get so immersed into an identity, good or bad, the last thing you want somebody to do is to take away that identity. But those that really are out there that need your help, and if you can help them flip that switch, because again, sometimes a depression happens to be a safety blanket because they've done everything they freaking can. So what are we going to do? This is where you have to begin to have timestamps. Oh, that makes me happy. Jennifer says this was amazing. Thank you so much. Very, very healing. You haven't even got to the healing part. This part's good. This does. But wait till you get to the healing part. Then you'll be really going, oh my God. I don't know. Do you do a suicide watch prevention? I don't know. If you got to have people around like that, put your finger here and then in your belly button, push and lift up, and you hold this. Yes, this part's for Jen. And as you hold this, understand you're hooking up your energy so that when all of this outside does not come in and make you react. I would say do the Celtic weave and the connecting heaven, erratic energies and this energies of overbearing, and my sinuses are kicking in, like I just want to cry because I don't know how to talk, communicate, or be in that energy field. And I said, was there a particular age you're looking at? Well, it started off at 1, and then there was a heavy duty one at 5.5, and then at 10. And it's like, I don't know if you have breathing issues, but I can feel it right here. Somebody quit pouting. Okay, I have to explain this. It's hard to explain, but I'm going to try because it's an experience. Okay. Oh, I still happy to come be around my mommy and my daddy. Ah, everything's always good. Everything's always good. Ah, and all of a sudden, this beautiful face that you've learned to love turns. It's quiet and happy. All of a sudden has that weird, strange feeling. You will disconnect. You'll check out. As you begin to see, it must be when you start to have asthma, because all of a sudden the checking out is body's consciousness is only repeating what you know. You can consciously live here and not know that your body is going off based on a time, a season, triggers. And they said it's an engram, which means that moment was so scary. You took everything in: color, sound, sight, smells, all the sensory system. And you took that moment in and you got stuck on the inhale. Okay. The main thing is you'll be happy, happy, happy. But anytime that there's muddled instability, it can be emotional, it could be physical, a combination of. Your body goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then you, the membranes start to contract. And when that happens, I want you to do a couple things for me. It may not be always, but this is the first part of the pattern I see. It's called source point healing, and that is a tool that I'm building up in a class for people. Source point healing is that when your body goes into this, you're going to get a paper and pen and watch this again if you need to. You're going to have a pad and you're going to put the word asthma. That's intention. Okay? When we're talking to the body, we have to use a form of intention so it directs the focus on what it needs to heal. So you are a self-healer. So you're like, asthma. Okay. Now they said that the first thing that happens is that your body goes into helplessness. You are going to write, okay, so you got that first part, then you're going to put an R, meaning right side. So that means you're going to work on the right side of the body. And you're going to write down that you have to do the stomach point. The stomach point, I believe it's 42. And to find that is that you can put stomach meridian. I got to eventually put all these up on the site, which I will. This right foot only, you take and you got your big toe and your second toe, and you're going to follow that second toe up until it's like just past. I know that's in the wrong spot, but the way they got the angle of the foot, because if you're standing up, it's not in the bend. It's just like, I would say, let me find it. 2 fingers. So see the width of my fingers? You're going to put it right at where, because if you're standing, you got the bend. You put your fingers right there, and then you'll find the point. It'll be like right on the top of the foot. You, my dear, are going to need to use a magnet, just basically only once, maybe a couple times, but hardly ever. You're going to get a magnet, refrigerator magnet, flat magnet. You have the magnet. Let's just say it's a magnet. You're going to take, and let's say this is my foot. Okay, so there's the top part of stomach 42 on top of my foot. You're going to take that magnet, and you're going to go like this, flip it, okay? And you're going to make sure you intentionally use both sides, and you do 12 times. That's 1, 2, 3, do 12 times. Then you're going to take your fingers, your thumb, whatever you feels better, doesn't matter, either hand. And then you're going to take and you're going to get in there and rub it 30 times. 1, and in rotations. Okay. 1, as soon as you get, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you, the outside of your foot, you follow the baby toe, the second toe, okay? And you follow that second toe up, and you get right out the bend, right in front of the bone. There's like a dip. You'll feel this indent. That is your point. Use the magnet on that one, rub that one, and start to see what happens. And asthma tag, because you want that body to release. Now, there's a whole other stuff that we could do, but that is what you've got. Now, who's next?
Linda Love.
Linda Love. Miss Linda. Heart. Unreceived. And the body, the energy cord that I'm looking at, is that you felt like, okay, the first word is unreceived. Did you? And I'm just going to ask, is her love unreceived? Yes. Now she tries to give it and it's unreceived. Yes. So you're looking for somebody to receive your love. That means you're looking. You do this so unconscious now. Let's say you're hanging with the group without realizing that you're looking for love, but it's not with the group because you can feel it from them. But there's a party. It's like, I want to feel this with other people. So you have some type of measurement, and now you're going out there. Yes. And then all of a sudden your body, you'd be, well, this is one we could go out on the street and go to the store. There's a part of you that's always looking for love. And sometimes it's the simplest things of, hey, how you doing? You know, and you, oh, thank you. Oh, you look nice. Oh, wow, thank you. You know, but there's a part of you that's looking for this particular love. Okay. So is this about, yeah. So do you feel like you are, something will distract you? They're saying when you were closer to 1, being scorned. It's like, you're a bad girl. I mean, it's like there's a strong, like one word, strong one word type thing. And that immediately your energy that's supposed to go out to your fingertips and beyond goes whoop, sucks in. When it sucks in, there's a part of you that your body then says, I got to look for love because that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And when you're with the group, no matter if you're far away or together, all of a sudden your aura, your energy will start to expand. And the safer you feel, the more your energy expands. But if you all of a sudden have a trigger, let's say somebody gives you that to this particular behavior that you do, because as a child, it saved your life. But as an adult, all it's doing is keeping you away from certain love. Ooh, I tried to give it to someone lately, and it seems like my spirituality is not accepted. There it is. There is jealousy of being loved by others, and he is uncomfortable with. And when we tracked all these people that are similar to our younger days. And I grew up in a very negative household. That's all we did. All they did. Negative. Talk. Negative. You're like, oh my God. Okay, so I left there and I started to attract people that were just negative. And I'm like, I can't do this. But my eyes, my filters was, oh, isn't he cute? Not hearing what I wanted to get away from, but actually found that was adorable and attractive. It's warped, but that's what we do. We attract to what we know. And that is what you're meant to heal, is how you're addicted to certain behaviors and you're not sure and aware of it. This is a process that you have to undo. You got to first see it and let it go. You, my love, are not meant to be hooked up to these people. Spirit said no. Okay? You're like, your spirit says no. We know that you have a purpose, you have a place, and it's not with this person. So if I were to pull up the card, they said you got to stop deceiving yourself. Now, if I were to say, okay, let's say she goes and heals this particular thing, will she get the man of her dreams? And they said, you will then know it's safe to love. Okay? But until then, you're just going to keep going through this filter and not know it. And they said, but when you heal it, then you will all of a sudden pay attention to flags. You're like, nope, that was from the things that I don't need in my life. I'm done that, healed that. Oh, that frustrates me. It's these little hidden things. You don't know it until afterwards. So you're living it, but it's crap. But you don't have a reaction right away, or you do have a reaction, or you think about it and go into pattern. You're not behaving. You're not understanding that behavior. You need to break that strategy. You need to break that pattern. It was like, as soon as I started to realize what he was doing, and I defined the word gaslighting, and I saw it, because it's like he kept trying. He kept telling me he loved me. I says, you love me the way that your brain accepts only. And that is I'm not willing to play gaslighting games anymore. And I healed that out about how I saw gaslighting, and then I healed out how much it hurt. And as I went through all these stages, now I've got the man. I mean, every day, 6 years, we wake up. I'm excited. I cannot believe I'm with somebody that loves me and adores me. And then I said, stop that. Yes, you do. You do know it. You do accept it. I accept this in my reality. And then at the end of the night, it's the same thing. And then if we're out of sync, we go, stop, we're out of sync. And we've learned how to communicate, because I am with somebody that's spiritual. I don't have to try to hide myself. I don't have to go in and have to self-justify myself. It is, you just all of a sudden you can be you. And again, when your vibration's out of sync, we're out of sync, and we can see it, and it's fine. And then we heal, and then the turnaround time is like bam, because we're both being responsible for the energy we brought into the room. We both are looking at the filters to which we expect somebody, just not with the wrong person. Spirit's trying to save your ass. And if you have too much heartbreak over this person, understand you're mourning the person. You need to find someone that is aligned with you. All right, who's next?
Angie.
Angie. Okay. I know he was a test to show me what I needed to see if what I attracted and not look for anymore. Yes, Linda, you're absolutely correct. And then and is that Angie, the BARAKAT? That's the one I'm doing? Okay. All of a sudden, it was like a fear of going forward, a fear of moving forward, a fear of moving forward. Because every time I started to, I said, I think I can. I don't know. I think I can't. Like the train. I know I can. I know I can. No, it's like, yeah. So the thought of moving forward. So as I begin to look at this, you have a built-in panic. Are you saying it was genetic? No. Picked up inside the womb? No. How many months? Your family might have been going through something at that age. And what happened? Was it blown? You have about 7 people on the other side that are here, and there's a representative that's talking of being vulnerable, being an object in my relationships, rejecting something out of my. Did you take on any No. Okay. Whew. All right. So, was you an empath or a sensitive? I was an empath. You were sensitive? Okay. No. Okay. Kinesthetic? No. Okay. Whew. Okay. So overwhelmed, too much. It's like loud music, smells, everything. You're like, oh my God. As a 6-month-old, it just was like too much. My parents were 16, 18. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So at that age, their emotional intelligence, not calling stupid. It's just that their emotional level, they're developing at that. So now that's there. I hear a lot of parents yelling and screaming. Okay, now I've got chaos. Now it makes sense. They're that young that they got, and you got to worry about that. Okay, you as the baby are like, oh, again, you're just like, I don't want to be here. Can we just play peekaboo? There's a part of you that just, and you want to cut it off. You can't do this, and you've let it go. It's just, oh, I can see that. I can understand that. It's too much that I went inward. So what did you do toward yourself? There's a lot of up and down, a lot of up and down. Broadcast towards myself. So you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. What are you trying to tell me? You're saying that the G, the frequency of G, yes. And it is, you are so stuck in OMG. But what did you do? There's something about shutting that down. That doesn't make any sense to me. That it's tripped my hormones. So physiology. It's a physiology response. Okay. So you have a physiology response, and there is this habitual fear that just keeps coming up because you can't make it stop. You can't make it stop. You can't make it stop. You can't check out. Well, what's it do to you emotionally? I just want to reject things. I'm out of Morelli. I can't believe that happened. Do you use that phrase a lot? Okay. So begin to become aware of these little, my brain. I'm shutting this timer off just for a second because I'm supposed to look for something. And draw her a card, Amy. I want you to look in the chakra card because I got to look up something very, very specific, which means I've got to dig into my vault. And I will do that as soon as Now, this is where I really like my Zoom back, people.
Yeah, because then I can play with cards and people can actually see them.
Exactly. We'll just have to tell you. But you can hear her, which is good. That might be it. Yes.
She says she has PSTD, anxiety, and panic attacks.
Yes, I can totally freaking see why. Whew. I mean, literally, that makes perfect sense of why I'm going through all these at once. Now, is this G or G sharp? Too many threats. There's too many things. And then she'll read it to us because I have the answer to G. G. So if you play the G note in music, this is about you tend to be a worrier or you have bouts of depression. They're saying learn to walk away from what is bad or stressful for you. Learn to put you first, which means you have to be okay to walk away from family and friends and stop falling for the story. Stop falling for certain things. It does affect okay, that's what it is. Okay, before you read that, I want you to follow along. Okay, I'm going to turn the timer on. I want you to follow along because I want you to be able to breathe in. And when you breathe all the way out, now you guys can't see the thing, but here's your bone, right? I'm going to suck my gut in and up. So it's, and when you do that, you're holding your breath. So it'll look like this. You let all the air out and then hold your breath. And when you let that air back in, it'll sound like you're gasping. You need to do that a couple times to trick the autonomic nervous system to get off the sympathetic nervous system. That's not a good word in this case. This means stress. You got to trick your body to go into the parasympathetic to rest and digest. Okay. I can't remember what it's called on the website, but there is something about the autonomic nervous system or I'll have to look it up. And if you can't find it on the website, then just write to me and I will send
that an ally will appear. The gift of adversity is never given without the ability to overcome.
Very good.
Key ideas: being courageous, facing adversity, finding tremendous power within, undervaluing your contribution. Undervalue.
That gives you an idea, but I need you to help your body to begin to, there's a lot of source points you can do. There's a lot of things you can do. I would say that you may have to, you can do it alone, but I think that you'd probably be better off if you set up to work with me so that we can start to get the body to get out of the habit, going into the blueprint of your health, and to get the emotions and stuff that gets stuck into your space, and to get out of that. Okay. It literally is, it looks stuck. It looks, I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah. Okay. Who's next? Oh, and Nethy's here too. So just let you know she's here. Okay. So Brittany, you are here. Joke. I could hear a joke, but it wasn't a nice joke. And I don't know what that's about. I feel all of a sudden completely displaced, as if I don't have a home. Against you. Interesting. And so then that causes you to have an action, not a reaction, but just an automatic action. Is it a action? The action is what I do towards myself, which then that means you have to put on a mask. You have to put in a special way to be, because you can't even connect with yourself. Okay, it's like, and all this panic is happening. At first I thought, okay, so sometimes dreams can really affect you. And so you don't like to dream about your future because you don't feel like you may have one. Oh, wow. What do we got here? Okay, so again, there's something to do with dreams. Tell me more. A loftiness. You can feel it. You can feel it. That's why I had to hide myself. Can you tell me a little bit more? All right. What do you mean do? Grab what? Which deck? This one? All right. There's something very specific that they want me to. You lost your will. What about the will? To have the will towards myself. So do you ever feel like you wanted to die? Well, if you don't have your dreams, that's the thing is that if you can't have your dreams, part of this energy is like you're told you can't have your right brain. You can't do the spirit side. You can't do something. And the part of you that don't want to see them, so I'm going to ask, what is specifically were you trying to work out? The injustice several times. You mean did I ask the question of whether you tried to commit suicide or not? Okay, I can't remember, but there's this, the will to live. It is the will to move forward. And I mean, so the tipping force. So tell me how could we bring, they're going all over because it says it's an injustice. And then you threw okay. So they're saying very specifically, you have an energy that's so far into the body. So when they're telling me that means that there's a certain meridian and that has one or more, in this case, you have a meridian point, because we have points along our meridian. And one of them is sucked inward, too far inward. And you can't help yourself. It causes disgust. It's in the heart meridian. All right, you're going to tell me whether that's sore or not sore. First, I have to get, let's see. Okay, so it affects my nerves. It's affecting my brain. So it causes the brain energy not to go up. Yes, I'm aware of that one. What else do you want her to do? Okay, so they're making. Okay, what? All right. They're giving me a set of instructions that. Okay, do you have problems sleeping at night? Like, for instance, do you have trouble falling asleep? Because sometimes. If you understand, from here up is the direction of the heart meridian. But there's a point right here. Yeah, really down. And that affects the way you're thinking, affects the breathing, all right. And so you can't get the right hormones then to make you happy. Gotcha. Take a magnet. Hopefully it won't be too strong. No, it won't be. It'll be fine. Take a magnet. refrigerator magnet. You can get a flat one. And you need to get, we're just going to imagine that this is a magnet. Just ignore that real quick. This point. Now, what I want you to do is you got to do this at least 12 times really slow. But I want you to do from here to here, okay? So you're just going to sweep, intentionally flip it. Sweep, intentionally flip it. I want you to deliberately do this, okay? And do that 12 times. That's 1, 2, okay? Do full rotations. When you're done with that, that's how much you will. So you're going to do both sides, okay? And then you see this point right here under the pinky. It's at the bend. It's not on the side. That's small intestine. This is heart right there. Don't come in the middle. That's pericardium. And you need to get in there and you need to rub 30 times. And you're going to do both sides. And what's going to happen is that your body is going to start to get nourished. Your heart's going to start to feel loved again. And hopefully, I would do all these other tools that I have personally that would help you begin to get your power back. But this is a start. This is a start. Again, you can make appointments this week, but this is a start. Yes, you are meant to be here. You are meant to be on this planet. You need to get your willpower back, and you need to be able to move forward and be happy. So set your GPS for happiness, and things that do not make you happy, just start to be okay to let go of. All right, who's next? Nethy, we finally got to you, babe. Okay. Oh, okay, I have to pay attention to something. So after, let's see.
After Nethy is Tammy. Shelley paid for another one for Tammy.
Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure that we have. Okay, so you say that's good. Thanks for the communication.
Yeah, we're working behind the scenes. Don't worry about it.
All right. Okay, Brittany, you need to stay on this planet. You got work to do, girl. You got a lot of love to receive, a lot of love to give, and you have this beautiful white light that everywhere you walk, you have this light footprint. Imagine light, but you have it, and it's important that it's time to own. And just double checking to make sure. How are we doing here? We're doing good. Everything's good. Nethy, if you know what you want to talk about, and if not, just like the rest of the girls. Oops. I love this group. It's a beautiful group. Ready? Okay, so the first three chakras, okay? First, second, and third are about consuming. It's about security. Safety, security, stability. You have those three that's constantly your ego mindset is checking. And they said security seems to be the thing that we need to pay attention to. When we do this, what am I doing? I'm spinning out. I can't stay centered within myself. My 5-year-old self can't hear anymore because the outside, the oscillating energies, it's just not safe. So I feel, and it's connected to oh God, my upper jaw. This is about decisions. I mean, it's like the sinuses. It's not true sinusitis. The teeth, they're just really pointing to the teeth, and they're saying that it's about the decisions. I can't make the decisions because I don't feel secure enough. And this was what was created. It's called an arrested development, okay? The arrested development is that you grew to a certain spot, this shit happened, and then you're stuck right there. So every time so let's say you're hanging out with your girlfriends, and your girlfriend says, oh, just do this. What? And there's like, the security then is that you have this program that it's a compulsion to correct itself. So boom, you're like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I got to take care of this. And the nature of how you do it, it's different for everybody, but the feeling is like when my ex was pulling his gaslighting, my conscious, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Because my body just started to give to him to do this. And I'm like, what's going on? And my body's consciousness was, we have to take care of this. We're going to die. We got to do this. And I'm thinking, but he's not ever abusive except for just in that gaslighting. Oh, I don't care. We got to do this because I know what he's going to say next. I can't. And it's like, that's where I'm at. We got to get you out of that glass. We have to get you out of there. And I feel, oh my God, I just want to cry all of a sudden. Because now my head wants to hurt. You're like, but I don't know how to. Okay, so now I'm you and I'm not you. I'm being both. Oh. All right, I got to look at this because I see you. It's like, oh, how interesting. You're outside the glass. You're inside the glass. That's you. You can see you. Oh, now my lymph nodes want to hurt. I feel like I'm also a little bit petrified and my breathing wants to change. Wow. Do you have lymph node issues or anything? Maybe it's just the boobs. But, okay, that's enough of that, right? Do I need to know any more? No. Tell me. Stop it. Oh, I got to feel like I've got Tourette's or I've got a tic. And this is you fighting with you. You trying to get you out. It's you to the, there it is. I don't want to relate. Don't. Oh, that's a strong word. Don't. It's not that I can't or I won't. I don't. It's a very firm. I don't want to play this. You made that decision at 5. I don't want to do this. But yet your body, boop, goes up, does it. What the hell is that? It's like some strangeness. So is this a meridian you're pointing to? No, just keep paying attention. It's a resonating broadcast. Oh, it's coming from somebody yelling at you, controlling you, gaslighting you, throwing you under the bus, stonewalling you, keeping you out. Holy shit, who is this? Sister, recessed trait. So who you've seen this. So if you have a family member that does this, then who do you see? So if you look at the family member and you look back, what side of the family is it on? Holy moly. Because what that does, would you say that, okay, you would totally benefit from doing the Celtic weave. And again, you will find that on my website, and they're figure 8s. That's what they are. But you're doing it with breathing and movement, and you're doing it deliberately of just, okay, balancing out so you can bring that good energy back in. Oh, Jesus, I keep getting hit from behind. So make sure you do the hook up or the zip up, both. Finger in the belly button and the forehead, push in and lift up, and then hold that one. Especially if you know you're going to go into the arena of who these people are. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, who's next?
Tammy.
Do you have allergies, Tammy? Do you have an autoimmune? What's going on? What the hell? All right, I'm shutting the timer off for a second. I'm just engaging into the mirror, and when I become you and I become that situation, I had to disengage. So excuse me for that. Again, if you're here, Tammy, do you talk to me?
Feeling right off.
All right. How about if we correct that real quick, Tammy? Okay. Oh, God. That's what we're going to do. This type of reading is going to be about really diving into, okay, ready? Holy mothers, okay? Just to let you know. My teeth are hurt. I mean, it's affected. Okay, so we got to first get you in balance. Okay, this, just do this. Just do that. Okay. We're going to take and we're going to go left side. We're going to balance the brain first. Right here, not here, but here. Okay. You're going to rub it. Get in there and rub it. Give it a good 30 times. Okay. I'm going to check it. Yep. Clarity is good. Just get in there and rub it. We got to get you balanced, Tammy. Now, this is sounds very severe, but we can start to balance it, but there's going to have to be more work. And, you know, but this will help show you that you're made of energy and that there is hope. The next part you're going to do is you're going to go and do the gallbladder. So you're going to follow the second toe up, and as soon as you get to the curve, it'll be right in front of the bone, and then it'll be an indent. Give that a good rub 30 times. A good rub 30 times. Because it's so, your immune system is so super over. Okay. Assess how you were feeling, and then again, you'll keep assessing, and then you'll start to notice. Okay, very good. You're like, why open my heart? It's just going to get crushed anyway. Okay, we got to get your body out of panic. Do you want her to do? No, keep going. Keep going. Immune system, immune system. Oh, very good. Now you're going to do the heart. This one. Left side, right here. Give it a good 30 times. Give it a good 30 times. It's starting to, I mean, I'm feeling like this is calming. We still have here. Well, my breathing all of a sudden feels different, better. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, and they said it's just like it's like there's a button installed, and it's like to attack yourself and back yourself into alignment to what you're supposed to be, not who you are meant to be. Does that make sense? And then again, left side, and we're going to do this point right here. It's where the two bones meet together, and you're going to make sure you rub this one. I mean, holy cows, girl. Alrighty. Very good, very good. Now, tell me how you feel, because we got to see. Okay. Teeth are still. Okay, so on top of my boob. That's the central. The good point. So what you're going to do is that here's where the central meridian runs like this, but the lymphatics right here. So you're going to rub. Get in there and rub. Now, if those hurt, go gentle, but do it as often as you can throughout the day, but don't push hard, just sort of, because you're creating your immune system don't have a pump. So because your energies are, I'm feeling more clear and a bit more relaxed. Good. But get in there and, okay, it's just right where the crick is. And you can't have the sweetness of life. Because somebody said you can't have the sweetness of life. Well, if I can't have it, you can't have it, young lady. I don't know what that's about. But take 4 fingers, okay, right where that point is right here. And then when you're done, you hold this like this. Now, you may feel those points, and they may be sore. Rub them. Sorry to give you cleavage, but... Okay, is she in rest and digest? Not yet. Immune system is on the left side balanced. The right side is like nothing. So we got to build that up. So we have to just say, so you want me, so you're going to think right brain. You're going to think right brain, and we're going to rub on the right side and rub right here. Okay. They are sore. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Right brain, You're going to rub the right side. Part of me, I'm like half balanced, the other half, not so much. Oh, now you're going to start feeling energies move, and the gas represents trapped emotions. Me, I can feel the digestion. I can feel all the systems screwing up. There you go. My brain just went poop. Okay, so the right side, we need to also do now the triple warmer. The back here. Right in the middle. Right at the bend. Give that a good 30 times. Right brain, right brain, right brain. Ooh, I feel much better. I don't know how you're feeling. Now, the middle of my back on the right side where you would feel like you put your elbows back, stretch, pull this open, stretch. And then when you come forward, you tighten all your muscles and you come forward and then you stretch your back. And then you breathe. And when you're in this position, you breathe. Now, the best way for that one is sometimes I'll just lay down and I'm on my side. And as I breathe, I can feel my back open. Okay. But a little yoga, no, I don't say yoga, stretching. That literally means you go in, and the one I think would probably be very beneficial if you're laid down on your back. You put your arms up like this, not too far up, but just put it like this, and then bring your knees up, roll your knees together, and then roll to one side. So if you're here, don't bend, and stretch, and stretch. And then you need to stay in that stretching position. Do full 10 rounds of breath. It's in, out. That's 1. You do 10 times and switch it over, do the other side. You're going to start loosening up that energy that's tight there. Okay. Very important. Okay. Anybody else?
Not on that list.
Pilly, now you've paid. Now, did everybody that you paid for get a reading? We want to make sure we're in sync here. Okay? Want to make sure we're in sync. And
yes.
You share the video, tell people. Now, I'm going to tell you, girls, this you need to witness with yourself. You have it written, you got this on video, but you're going to need to write about it. You're going to need to talk about it because your ego is going to try to shut off anything. And we want you to become more mindful of everything around. Tammy, tell me, how do you feel? I mean, even though you couldn't do the stretching part, but everyone is done. Okay. And Tammy, tell me, do you feel better? I feel so much better now. Good. Thank you, Brittany. You're amazing. Okay, good. Now, you can again, but I had to get your body out of that stasis that it was stuck in. And, there'll be other things that we can eventually do down the road. But pay attention to what triggers you. That's going to be the very first thing that you can do. This. Pay attention to what triggers you. Okay. Remember to hit the love button. You may get a card. If you share, you may get a card. And if you go and leave a recommendation, that's awesome. That would be great. Okay. So now we're into the 1-minute reads. I'm going to double check to see if nobody else has paid. Nope, we're good. Now, so just tell me who the 1-minute reads are, because we're going to begin those. Not just go, I got to stop and smell the roses. Oh, roses. No, you're actually internalizing it a heck of a lot more. It's such a great feeling that you're having. I mean, smelling roses, that's outside yourself, but you're learning to open that heart up. And the more you find you, and you had a couple light codes that came on for you. That's what I feel. Okay. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. And when you do that, they said, start noticing that if you're going to panic, say, do I have to? Is it true? Do I have to? And is it true? Because your ego is going to say, you have to do this, Patty. You have to feel this way, Patty. It's like, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you need to out, deliberately pull the panic out, feel yourself coming back and just feeling recentered. Okay. You can do this, Patty. All right. Who's next?
Angie.
Angie. Suspicious. Suspicion. It's that song. Suspicious. What do we do? Okay, tell me more about it. There's this lofty energy that's always suspicious, and you're just like, oh, face palm or wherever that face is. Like you're, oh. And you're kind of tired of it because at first you didn't understand it. Now you're getting worn out by it. Okay, you're like, and they're saying that there's a part of you we're watching people do that. And it could have been on TV. It could have been your parents. It could be siblings. But that's the way you got to be, is you got to be suspicious of people. And understand, I said, you just have to become right with yourself and say, do I still have to think this way? Do I have to receive that? Do I have to live this? And it's asking yourself that question. And you have a choice. They're asking you to choose. Yes, I'll stay in that hell, or no, I'm done. Okay, who's next? I just can't get over something. And that having that grudge actually causes you to be deficient in your energy field. And thoughts about this. And before you know it, time disappears on you. And when that happens, you're like, wow, what the grudge is, who's it for? Focus on that, write it down, focus on that, scale from 0 to 10. Get in there and tap, EFT it out. You can go to my website, it's in there. You will then start to tell your body it doesn't have to do this habit. And then you can stop attracting people to show up to act that way. And you can stop acting that way. Who's next?
TP.
Feels like forever since I talked to you. All right, Miss TP. Who? What? Love. What's love? What's love got to do with it? It's unfair. Love got to do it. Sour grapes. Program. Sorry, it's important. And you don't have to believe. Yeah, you may have contempt, but I don't have to take it on. Screw you, buddy. That's your reality. I don't need to take it on. And you're going to learn to put up that boundary and kick out those feelings, do a cord switching, or just treasure chesting, because you may have done the cord switching. But you got to come into reality that I don't need to do this. I'm so done. And you just kind of let this go. And you start to take out their reality, and you can start inserting yours. And it's becoming aware that for so long they have ran your reality. Time to become yours. Okay, who's next? Oh, wait, hold on. I swear I heard something. We did. Somebody has paid. Brittany, so Brittany wants another. I'm stuck on words. It's like they huh?
Another 6-minute reading.
Yeah, I feel like I'm stuck.
You asked me to look up sour grapes.
Yes, that's it. Do tell. That's why.
Used to refer to an attitude in which someone adopts a negative attitude to something because they cannot have it themselves. Okay.
So when we hear back, yes, please. There she is. Okay. Anything specific now that you have, we've already worked together, you've heard information. And don't ask me to remember what I said, but if there's something you want to say, type it out and we can work on it that way while we wait for you.
The fertility prediction, if possible, or general reading given.
Okay. Here's the thing. It says you're so used to having love unreceived. And a part of it is your heart being broken. This pattern, though, that's not a good pattern. They said that at 9 years old, towards yourself, you had to train yourself not to receive, which was, I have to put myself into, now hope is great, but you put an ing on that. You're hoping. Hoping is this energy that says it's never going to come to pass. Okay. If it's never coming to pass, what happens? Hoping. We need to get you to be in hope, but your heart is said, I can't do this. Okay. So literally it is saying that love is unreceived. So it has the story of love unreceived. And it just feels like what got you there is being bullied. Take what I said, write it down, and use EFT to tap it out, or make an appointment with me. A fertility prediction. Again, you're expected to not get your hopes up. You got to fail. You got to do this. And at this point, this fertility that you're focused on, I don't feel like that you're going to, but in the future is everything will totally improve if you can universe. Oh, please, and that's a beg, and that's a hoping, and the energy says that has to stay because it's not present. So it has to, like when you're from 0 to 10. Okay. For those that are new in the room, all you have to do is, because we have a lot of rooms, if you just email, you will get upon saying that, it is as long as we receive your email. Now, there's no way to know if you received it unless you ask. Your headache goes. I'm just going to give you some points. Please play along with me so we can have a great result. And I'm going to reset the timer. Okay, ready? All right. Oh, both sides? Right side. Right side. In your right side. And we have to stop the timer. Amy, do we have a poacher?
We have a poacher.
Okay. Spirit says get rid of them. Because it's drawing on the energy field. And that's not right for him, whoever it is that's taking it from these people. So we're going to kick him out of our field. Okay.
I'm not sure where.
All right, Spirit, suspend that energy. Stop them. I can feel it coming in. So just be prepared. Somebody has the idea. So there's a blocked up now. They can't take from anybody here. And then even if we're off the show, they're being blocked from all of you guys. You don't need that nasty energy.
I don't
happen, okay? What do you mean? I knew it. Brittany, I knew it. I'm curious to know what she means. Is that related to you? Oh, I'm so curious now. Because we're going to get rid of this headache. Now it causes miscommunication everywhere. Really? Okay, now we're back. Oh, my intuition told me there was someone. Oh, well, there's your confirmation, sweetheart. That's what you did. Okay. No, I felt, well, I don't know, because people hide behind names. I just felt it. It was just like bam. And it was like, hi, a sweet thing. But I know I can feel the intention was unbelievable. And that's a part of the why you have a headache, is because you can begin to feel ill intentions. All right. Remember, observing is versus absorbing. So when you feel it, you just kind of, I guess the best way to do it is make sure you do the Celtic weave. Mammy, do the connecting heaven and earth and the hook up or the zip up to keep those ankle bone is the flattest part. That's where it is, right in the middle. Rub that 30 times. Again, measure your headache and right side only. Once you've done that, come to the right hand under the pinky. And then after you've done that, you go over right side, just over in the middle. Remember, it's not down here, it's not up here, it's right there at the crick, the bend, and rub that one. Do that 30 times. So keep going, and then when you feel like that, you tell me what the number of your headache is. 10 being the worst. Okay? We're going to untwist these energies. Untwist these energies. Very good. So as that happens, we're going to see how she's doing. Your body is experiencing impending doom. So it's like it reaches out and says, I have to look out, and your immune system is constantly on guard, listening. And it's listening to frequencies, it's listening to words, it's listening to all of those, something that your body does continuously. And a lot of it has to do with being scorned. This goes back to when you're being scorned. Okay? A lot of it is back being scorned. So tell me, what number do you have? What is your headache? We'll see how that goes. What about it? Depleted. Stability. Oh, so you have your blueprint, and then you have your new normal, which is a moving target. It's and it's like that makes you can have high tolerance of pain. It can have high tolerance of, what do you call it? You have to toughen up your skin because of shit that's being, But the point is that the spirit wants you to come back to the blueprint. Wow, that's changed my hormones. So, Brittany, what number are you at, dear? Where are you at? So stay with me, Britt. It's about a 9. Okay. You have a grudge against this people that scorn you, that's holding your pattern inside your head. And I'm asking Spirit, can we do? All right, so we're going to do left brain. You're going to do left brain. Think left brain, and you're going to rub the left part here. Left brain. Run over to the left brain. Yeah, I can see that. That's good. Left brain, and then you're going to go to liver. Only on the left side, and you're going to do that right here between the two toes. Listen to my voice change. You're right, so when the two bones meet, you rub that one 30 times. Left brain. Strange, but you need to rub right here. Push in and rub this point 30 times. There's a part who says, but I can't let go of this muddled instability because as soon as I do, they're going to hurt me. Right now, we're just balancing the brain. We're just balancing the brain. Okay? And then we're going to say right brain. And you're going to go over here, right in the middle. Right brain, rub this. Right brain. Okay, right brain. So as soon as she comes to tell me, I need to know, because when those headaches don't go away, it's because there's a part of you that can be using it as a way to protect yourself. But I need to know where you're at. Notice that you can bring it down. You have done that from a 12 to 9. Now we need to bring it down. It does not need to keep creating those chemical peptides that cause the headache. And I'm going to ask you to sit down when you're done rubbing and hold left wrist, first position. Put your thumb in nice and deep, finger here, wrap them around, and you're going to sit like this, and you're going to think about those grudges. You're going to think about all of that pain. You're going to think about being scorned. You're going to put that on the scale from 0 to 10, and you just breathe it through, and even think about your headache if it comes up. But literally, we need to start getting the chemical peptides to stop producing as much as they are, because you're seeing, which creates a healing issue, and then it becomes this repetitive pattern. Okay, so sustainable human, we want you to be able to not have to be victim anymore. You can be victor, you can victorious. Ooh, so you're down to what number, hon? Okay, so now you just want to heal out, begin to heal out, and focus on all that stuff. That last part is hope therapy. And what hope therapy does is it starts to pull it out onto the depths of your body and starts to help your body to stop. Carrie Gillespie? About a 3. Brittany, we want it down to nothing. You don't need to keep it. Yes, you do. Well, don't yell at me. Yes, I do. I have to, because it's a habit. Well, you can then bring it down by taking and doing, you just think headache, right side, and then you can rub, okay? Yeah, good job, Michelle. Yes, I literally felt the shift of energy too. not just with everybody, but I felt an interesting shift, a planetary shift. I really felt a light code just pop on at that very sense, which is about a more of a stability. So now I feel like everything's going to speed up and heal itself so much faster. So somewhere consciousness has changed, which is good. Oh, you are so welcome. Now, I just can never say your name. I think you go by Carla or something. Just what you know about relationships and what you want to know. You got it, honey. Okay, ready? Okay, so Spirit is now, wow, all of a sudden I see a bunch of people jumping into a jalopy. That could be Greece. That could be somebody has a nice car. That leaves that open up for a lot of things. And they said, well, it comes to relationships. What we're going to do is the first thing we're going to talk about is engagement. How do you engage in certain things? How do you, when you think of engagement, it's getting involved. When other people are engaged, there is a particular part of a panic that happens because you are 1 year old, and that is you contract your energy. You don't even know you do. You literally become your 1 year old self. Now you muster through panic, and you've gotten pretty good. But now when it comes to relationships, it has to do with, because now my heart is like, so the program interferes with the relationship aspect of the whole thing. And then what? It's like, I can't make an effort. I literally feel, and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm hitting a wall. I can't make the effort. And you keep telling yourself, love myself first. What the hell does that even mean? What does that mean? It's like, and then it's like you're questioning it to some degree. And then it says, I can't let my friends help me. I can't. So again, remember how your life is happening is because it's stuck in this particular point. Now, if you were to heal this, you're like, but I don't want to keep an open mind to some of these stupid things that people say. I get it. Well, you can attract better. You can attract relationships to be better. And if you start to heal that past, change that program we just said, like I can't, that is that's the twang, that's an emotion, and you allow love through, because at the end there it says you're going to then be able to express your love. So just in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm drawing cards for you. We got to get that heart to say it's okay. Okay, so that's what you want. Okay, so when was that? 4 years old. Did you? Nope, I can't do it anymore. It was too painful. So, okay, because this is what it is. Instantly was this. You got really attached to somebody, and they seem to be the enemy of the family. And once you realized, when it happened, when the separation of not being able to talk to them anymore, you cry love and they die and it hurts. I don't want love anymore. Well, it's kind of the same feeling. It's like, I don't want to, and then it just kind of, you kind of just stunted your growth. You stuck right there. And you become an it. I don't want to feel. So you become the it. You become this, not your it. It is, I'm an object. I don't. But when you begin to notice these patterns, like you have to live your life their way, because you just can't see how you can invest yourself into that life, because you know that pain's going to happen. So I'm just going to and then it got stuck into the cycle that now the little girl says, I don't want disapproval of the people I choose in my life. I know the moment I choose somebody's going to disapprove, something's going to happen. And it's like, and I'm stuck in this facial expression. And then it's like, there's a certain pout. It's like you had to be, it's just a habit. It's a habit in a morphogenic field. It's a habit. And it goes back to the child that says, I just don't know how to cope. I just can't cope. This one's deep, honey. I'm going to ask you to just do one thing with me. And that is, it's very simple, on your own time. When you think you can't cope with something, or I just don't know what to do, is that I want you to take your left hand and I want you to put it, if you're not aware you're doing it, it's hard to measure. But when you're done, you can say, can I feel a difference? And if you really are not having those same thoughts and you really feel like you can cope, that's the difference. And if you can then put it on the scale of when I can't cope, go back to that, because spirit will always, your soul will always say, can you heal it now? And spirit will always help you create this experience to heal it out so you can change. It's like when people say they pray for patience, and the only way you know how to have patience is you have to go through the hell. Well, this is kind of similar to that. You're already in it. Now you're just going, Vashiti. I have to get that in my head. Vashiti. Okay. Oh, yeah. Vashti. See, I'm not good, even in my own head. Vashti. So, but yes, or you don't know any better because you think you're an object. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. That makes so much sense. Yes. Wow, thank you. Okay, good. No, I don't. Chelsea, did she get a reading? When was her timestamp?
No.
Okay, so what we need is now, we're going to double check to see if anybody else is paid. Okay, so now we'll go on to the 1 minutes. Who's next?
I do not have an email from her either.
Chelsea?
Nope.
All right, well, I know she asked a while back, I think. So I'm just going to do her, and then we'll go on to the next person. So we don't forget. Chelsea, let's do it right now.
Oh, yeah, I do have her timestamp. Never mind.
Give her timestamp.
2:21.
2:21. So at 2:21, you back it up, and that'll be your timestamp. So who's next?
Vicky.
Vicky. Okay. Oh, I just feel like I'm floating. So you must be meditating. You must be meditating because you can't seem to the surrender of the act mean. Because as you're in meditation, literally, I'm floating, but there's this like blink, blink. You know how a balloon hits the ceiling? That's what I feel like. And it's like, well, what's the ceiling? And they're saying, oh, that has to do with, I just said it too. Just freaking left my mind. But it's to do with the security issue. It's about being disapproval. There's a whole story behind it. I have to reject my reality because I'm under pressure to be what they want me to be. And I can't help holding the grudge. And it's like, that's my story. And can I bitch about it until it joke? Okay. Hopefully that made sense. Heal that out would be L1D. Who's next?
Brenda Smoke.
Brenda. All right, Miss Brenda. Timestamp that thing. Everybody's doing heart today. Fighting myself. I have to fight myself. Why do you have to fight yourself, hon? Because my emotions of having to, okay. Brenda, do you know what inferiority complex is? We may not think we have one, but you got to remember, your little self says, fire, I have to walk through that. I have to be in it. I don't know how to, I just don't know it. And it's like, oh, my safety is at the harm. And then it's like, oh my God. So I just want to avoid, and I just want to, and then your adult self is like, I just went over this shit. Oh, that was intense. Brenda, I felt like somebody had squished me down. I was like, I'm trying very much to stand up, and it's like, because now I got a funny headache. Cancel. Wow. Do Wayne Cook, please. Wayne Cook posture. That's what you need. What do you need? Fuck. Okay, hold on. I'm realigning. Good night, Betty.
Good night, Betty.
Sonia, contemplating an ego. That can take you and become very anal and become very going in circles. But did somebody, I just don't feel like I'm thinking for contemplation of myself. And I want to ask then, does it have to do with, I got to help them out? No, you may think that's what you're doing. I don't want to do what I want to do. So you have to come up with words so that they will accept it. Oh, she goes, yes, my will is broken. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, what does she need? She needs to do Wayne Cook, Connecting Heaven and Earth. now just imagine that I'm looking at your face and then, this goes down. They're like this. It's like they deliberately look you down. And what happens, I don't know if they're aware of it, but that unzips you. And then that energy gets absorbed. You gotta weld that freaking zipper shut. You can't let them do that to you. Ever seen, like when you're painting and you got a glip, or you put makeup on and you got a glip? You blend it. Well, if you're doing it just to that person, when you zip up, you literally towards that person can blend it so that you don't know where any part of the zipper is, so they can't find it.
Okay.
Understand, it's to them. Intention. It's right. To butthole. Okay, if that's what you call them. It's to butthole. Fine. This is what butthole gets to see. It's a blank wall. But if you do a blank wall to yourself, then you're shutting down your energy. That's why you have your intention is everything when you're doing things to protect yourself. Because when I would help my kids, I had to throw a cord out there just so I could take a piss without them. And then after a while, I forgot the cord was there. And then they were just like, I felt like I was being ignored. The intention was his name on it. And it just went boop, boop, boop. And it was so funny because as soon as he would throw shit out, it would boink, boink. And if you put the mirror, it'll go right back to him instead of just boink, boink. It'll just be zzz. It'd be like a laser. But it's their own shit. I mean, they're seeing it anyway, but why should I have to reflect it and show it? Let them just begin to feel it back, and then they can go find somebody else to bounce it off. And there's a whole realm of wonder ability when it comes to energy. Pili, 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 Pili. You have done such wonderful gifting today, and your name is in there a bunch of times. And the love, that spirit, I think it's all Pili's name.
I think so too.
Well, she's showing me that, and then she'll throw it in the hope chest. But so the thing is, whoa, Spirit is just like so delighted with you. Your mama's like, go, girl, go. She says, you know that extra money is because it's, oh, yes, girl. What is, I don't think you're Southern, but geez, oh, Pete, when she comes through, sometimes she'll use a voice and it just wants to make me laugh. It just does. It just does. Okay. What? And so they're saying, shut up, don't argue. Okay, so, but that's one of the things is that sometimes when you see your beauty, stop arguing with yourself because you got great goodness. And you, my dear, are finally stepping up into that leadership part of you that is meant to be you. And I'm just so blessed. And it's like, if you could see it, the twinkle, it's a twinkle. And it's like, I mean, I feel all of these different range of emotions. It's exciting. So approve of you, believe in you, support beyond measure. I mean, your mom is like, so, I just love that woman. She just gave me a hug. She's give that to Pili too. I've just got this feel good nature. I feel like my mama's already been here. And it's like, oh, I love my mama. I mean, it's just, I don't know, I'm excited. Makes me Brenda. Oh, you're cute. You guys, was grandma there? Yeah, my grandma is. Okay, anyway. Next. Yes, she pushes. Yeah, sorry.
Vashti, and she's wondering how to escape the cycle of poverty.
Very good, because you're also hooked into the collective. Vashti. All right, Vashti. Oh, wow. I can't even push the button yet because it's like my spine. As soon as I felt my it's like this spell, magic spell, and all of a sudden it's like, bam! It's like in Harry Potter, this muddled energy that gets stuck, and then you have to give up. And you don't realize the spell that happens in the collective whole is that this is the way you have to think. They said the best part for you to do is look at your blueprint, Vashti. Blueprint. T. Harv Eker talks about how the blueprint does this. He was a millionaire and then he had nothing. He was a millionaire and then nothing. He says, well, I don't want to keep doing it. Okay. And then it was, she's so excited I did it right. And So watch the blueprints. Part of my blueprint is that we can't afford that. And it's like, cancel. I don't know. I'm done. I don't, I take my power off that, and I recorrect you know what? I'll put it in the budget. Because couldn't afford certain things. I just learned to say, okay, Christmas is coming. Put this on your Christmas list and we'll put it in the budget. And then as I started to intentionally change that blueprint, and instead of seeing lack, I says, oh, I'm seeing lack. Cancel. Where is the abundance? And it's relearning what you kind of believe in. So thank you, Spirit, for showing if Vashti was to take that, the acceptance of Spirit talking and helping to make things stand out like a sore thumb of things that have been said, things that she can see, and things that you'll find from movies and all of this. Because what we do is we borrow other people's experiences, and the brain predicts based on borrowing experiences. And then you get into that feeling, and then all of a sudden, bam. Oh, Vashti says, I find money for others, but not for me. It's taught, I have to, because this is all going to help y'all. Just wait. You will just see. I have to look at impending doom. I have to look at impending doom because I have wounded pride. If I have money, then other people have less. Therefore, I will feel bad. You got to heal that out. Okay? You got to heal that out. You don't need that. That's a huge one for so many people. And it's part of the paradigm how you're supposed to be. Like, I watched a paradigm from my son that got it from the grandfather on the dad's side. And that it was, oh, well, I don't need anything. Just give it to somebody else. And it was not because it was part of their nature as a metal element. It was part of their, I see sadness on my mom and dad's face. I see this, and therefore I'm going to put myself towards me. You do not want, you don't, no, and then you deny thyself. Okay. Literally need to stop doing that. And you have to catch yourself. Thank you, Spirit, for that one insight. Again, good job. If you take and you kind of chart how you see these things, and you really are seeing these patterns, you understand when it comes to the family unit is an epigenetic. That sperm and that egg had their issues with money, came together, bam, made you. You now are going to say, I'm going to try to work on this on a soul group, on a collective group. And it actually can stop with you. And you just have to begin to notice. Now, we're not blaming. We're just noticing the patterns, and we're going to start changing it out of history. This is one of the things we're going to be able to do because we're in this reset. Where's Brittany? I thought about it, actually. Where is she at? I'm addicted, Pilly. Okay. Oh, do you want to? Okay, wait. Is she paying for a private, or is she paying it for this?
I think they're talking behind the scenes.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll just start fresh. All right, Brittany, tell me what is it you want. Do you want it now? I don't know what you paid for. It just says paid. Did you pay for a session? Did you pay for this for today's amount? So just kind of fill me in on what we're doing.
Message from guides, names of them, maybe. Message from guides, names of them, maybe.
Okay, when it comes to guides, not good with names because they're androgynous altogether to some degree. There you have guide that can be androgynous, neither male or female, because it is about we're all consciousness. And sometimes this is the bizarre part, is this. You can have guides, and you've got two of them that have to do with a past life. Now, these are souls that will always recycle with you if you're going to keep having an issue. Well, these two apparently didn't come. These two issues. What are you talking about? Clarity. Oh, I'm not asking you for clarity. Let's look at the issues. That's why. Okay, so that would make sense. One of the, okay, you're trying to tell me why you didn't come into this life. is because you are meant to work on something. Okay, her, no, you. She don't need to know that, which is you can't figure it out. So you're behind the scenes helping her to figure it out. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so this one guy, and then it's a male. But see, here's the thing about it. If a soul is coming through, it can come through any gender, any name it needs to and wants to, because let's say you decide you want to be the female, this time this person wants to be the child. Or next time you come around, you decide you want to be the male, the other one next wants to be the Grace, call me George. And so that means you can name, and I asked, is your name really George? No, you can call me George. And there's two of them you can name, and you can even put a gender on it. Now you also have, who are you? You have a grandmother from your dad's side that checks in from time to time. And are you an animal? Well, how come you look like that? You're like a, don't take this word wrong. It's like a shapeshifter, but if you understand that spirits, if you understand Native American, spirit can take animal form. So that's why he's taking this. He's trying very hard to explain this to me, and he's taken the form as a bat, not a vampire. He says, please don't confuse me with that. He says, I've taken the shape of helping you and look up bat. Okay, I'm getting it. So sometimes the symbol of bat, if you happen to see bat in any form, it's initiation. To help the initiation process, it's time for change and for a new beginning, and initiation is at hand. Trust your instincts and look for hidden implications around you. So you are in this initiation process that happens. See, okay, so you have a wolf. So who's the? Oh, it actually is a wolf. I'm going to be a wolf. All right, you be that wolf. And what do you want her to know? So the actual spirit guides of coming back home. So it's the energy of moving through. Gotcha. So we are going to go with woof. Woof. Well, how do I do that when I don't see it? Oh, guidance. This little one is literally just about guidance. And it has to do with, though not apparent yet, change is occurring. Trust in self and find your path. Now, the energy of feeling I can do this, the confidence of I can do this, notice that, oh, really? I scared me, so I shaded away. Oh, yeah. Well, I can see, that's the thing. That's why sometimes we don't need to really connect with some of these, only because we don't understand it. We don't have enough information. And we say, reveal ourselves, sometimes we just don't. Okay. So, but if you can give them names, even if you don't get the right name, that's not what's important. It is if you can feel this, all of a sudden my leg was jerking. Don't forget about me. Who's down there? There is a little white mouse. And if you understand, the wheel is looking at details, and it's finding the details and learning how to go through from birth to death. And in this case, we have a little white mouse that is trying to tell me, don't forget about me. And it is about details. Why am I not seeing a mouse? I mean, it's tugging on my pant leg. Don't forget about me. Just know it's about details. I'm not finding it. Why am I not finding it? It should be right here. Oh, is that why? Damn, that went fast. Just. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's so sad. I held him in my hands in the last one. Yes. Be now. It's like happy. It's on its hamster wheel. So yes, I'm sorry. I had totally, your color threw me completely off. Now that sometimes I don't have to come that way. But that is so cute. Literally, where's hamster? There it is. Preparation. Study and explore what arouses your curiosity. Make preparations for the future. Explore many creative endeavors for success. So they all want you to understand that you are growing. That's beautiful, honey. That is so beautiful. Do you have, I don't know. Okay, we'll do a 1 minute read while we wait for Tracy. I got to find out what room she's in.
5 left.
Okay, so let's do that. Michelle, you've waited a while, my dear. Timestamp that. I can't be something. I can't be something that I'm not. Okay, so literally you are, I can't be something I'm not. You have got to stop telling yourself that you have to be something that you're not. And it's waking up to that true nature of really who you are. It has to do with what? Hope. Hope. Are you doing a hoping? I'm hoping if I act this way and do this, that person will get something out of it or change or do something. Okay, understand that now you have conflict within yourself and they're saying that's going to be the issue. If you have a conflict that's happening, then you're going to not get the end results that you're looking for. So Spirit is telling you, begin to notice that particular pattern. And that's one of the things you need to start to transform out. As you begin to transform that piece out, then you can become more of who you are and you will get a better result when you're talking to whoever it is that you want to change. And those that you're trying to change, understand they are not in the same, they're not in the same level of consciousness as you. So you can talk into your blue in your face, but they can't hear you because they don't have the ears or the eyes to see. And all you're doing can do is just live your life, plant seeds, and be a mentor. And has that person, that's going to be the problem. If they're in another room, that might be a problem. So we're looking for Wallace. Not Wallace.
She's in the main.
Is she?
Yeah.
How come I don't? Okay, well, if you can see it and if she's responded, then let me know.
She responded a little bit ago.
Okay, so do me a favor if you can get her to, all right, so I need to go over, whoops, where's that going? I need to go over here and I need to go here, open this up, and all right, we're good. All right, just double checking. Oh, that would be beneficial. Again, doesn't matter. I can just hook up to doing a cold read. Spirits, you got all the guides here. You got everything. A meltdown right now. Why are you crying? Because you're beside yourself. Why are you beside yourself? Because I don't feel loved. Apparently, we're going to be doing this. You're open to a message. It's good because it started already, young lady. You're beside yourself. Is that true? Because I mean, this energy body of you is standing right next to you. And I've never, I can't say that. Right now, the image is that your shadow self is crying. Oh. So are you growing and deciding you do not want to be certain behavior? Are you kind was hurt? Okay, so I'm going to ask this part of you. So energetically, why are you outside of her? Have you been doing it long? No. So is your soul connected? Energetically, your soul, that energy needs to be put back. So you need to connect your spirit back into your body. Together? Yes. Because did you do a meditation and get stuck outside yourself? No. But that's what it felt like. Did you astral travel and get stuck outside? Do you astral travel? Are you aware of that? We need to get this part back into your body and we need to get that connection there. So if you say yes, we'll continue it down that road. Good. All right, Miss Tracy, you just take I know there's going to be a delay, but take your hand or your magnet, and I'm going to use this, and we're just going to Do you want to, okay, so what dislodged it? We're going to remove what dislodged it first. Okay. We only need to say this 3 times. And inefficient or inefficiency was energy that displaced this part of you that needs to reconnect before we can get spirit back in. So you're going to roll out what? Okay. We're going to roll out deficiency, inefficient. What word do you want? Both? No. You're silly. You're silly. Oh, you have an argument. What is the argument? You have an argument. Okay, before we can put that back in, you are interestingly, we're going to, oh. So all 3 of these at once. Empty. So you're going to laugh, but the word deficient has completely disappeared on the list. Okay, I got to take and make sure. What are you allowing me to help you with? Okay, okay, gotcha. What do you want first? We're going to take empty out first. 3 times, intention. Make sure you use your hand or your magnet. You're going to say empty. You're going to go down to the back of that. Empty. Empty. Inefficient. 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 Oh my God, hold on. I can't remember what the third one. Hiding it back in. Ooh, doggies. That's good. We have to remove contempt, other pace, contempt from others. Is that how you want me to say it? Really? Okay. How many times? Is there a cord? No. You attached your... all of a sudden that cord, you're just like, what am I doing? I don't have to feed this. I don't have to take this in. I don't. Very good. Very good. You're almost inside your body. They said a word. Aren't you vain? It's not even your story. I'm just looking at this. There we go. Now you're in. We're going to put your spirit back into your body 100% where it belongs. And your spirit back into your body 100% where it belongs. Putting your spirit back into your body, to the physical body. That's funny. The piece that's been out is like, God, I'm dusty. I have been out. Oh, I see what they're doing. They're correcting the electromagnetic energy field. And so they're literally wiping off so that they can connect to the body. And your spirit's like waiting there. Everything's communicating and integrating it. Oh, good, you feel it. And so just... if you feel like you can't be grounded, take some water and just feel the lips to the cup. Feel the temperature of the, on your lips and in your tongue. Feel it go down. And then I want you to take your feet and then I want you to bring your attention to the bottom of your soles. And if you're wearing socks, can you feel the sock? And then can you feel the slipper or whatever it is, the shoe? Can you feel the ground? And you're going to intentionally start to acclimate and integrate by connecting. Your soul says, I got this. It's just that other part that's been out for a while. Like a snake getting rid of its old skin. Yeah, to some degree. But we're creating a meld. You have been out for a while. So if strange things happen, just breathe it through. And you may want to put your hand up here and do, oh my God, from time to time, because the blood needs to start to balance. And if you feel like you have to wipe down, understand you can do this. You are actually fixing the connected. You can go from left to right, like say, whoa, where's my tie? Where's my tie? Where's my tie? Ah, it must have fell off. And you rub your hands all the way down to your feet. Or where's my belt? Rubbing your body. Where's my belt? Where's my belt? Where's my belt? Oops, my pants fell down. Do the opposite side as well. Okay, because you need to get that electromagnetic energy to create, there you go, to create there you go. All right, 1 minute. Ready? Oh, a lot of signs there. Victoria, timestamp that because some of these people may have left. But that's okay. Victoria, what's interesting is that you want a particular outcome. And this particular outcome is that you have a hard time. It says something about depression. Do you want to be in it, get out of it? It interferes. You want a particular outcome, but I don't know if you get depression or not, but it interferes, that type of thinking. You can't get out because you're in a cycle of worthless. And what's happening, that, okay? And you can't help it because you can't make it stop. Therefore, it feels like it's just, and you keep mulling it over because you can't get out of the left brain. So you mull it over, you can't get out of the left brain. And they're saying that, first of all, if you can start to learn to get the blood back up, you have to catch when you do it. With intention, taking it out, put it in the treasure chest. The treasure chest, then transform it. And so when you close it and then you open it, that energy, because energy can't be destroyed or created, what happens is that it stays, it transforms itself into the golden white light. So that's what's happening. Okay. Good, she was here. Okay, she said, yes, you're right. Okay. So who's next?
Bobby, and then Melody,
okay.
And then Jennifer.
Bobby, Melody, and Jennifer. Bobby, you too are forced to have a particular outcome by somebody. Well, this is different because your environment dictates it and you can feel depleted. And it just seems to be this particular habit. And there's a part of you that don't want to be present or engage in that energy, but you can't help it. It's like you have to. It's like you're the mother. You have to do this. And they said that you get tired of how to approach somebody because you get their reproach. And then it's like, bam, you go to approach and bullshit comes at you. You're like, really? And it becomes this unspoken stuff and your body think and feel this way. And then if you don't see it and think it, then energy is going to go out and pull people to do it to you. Even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So go through and do the EFT, all the rounds, because you got to get them out of your eyes. When you do the full EFT, and you'll see the video when I do it, and you have to get those out of the eyes because you got them in the construction zone and in the memories. Okay? Bobby, you can get all the negative out. Trust me, I've done it. I'm teaching other people how to do it. You may want to join the membership group, but it's cost, or classes will be coming and everything else. But there's a lot you can do. Now, who's next?
My grandma in my dream.
So camera's past, or camera live. Melanie, talk to me for a moment so I can get on the right wavelength there. My pendulum's going, yes, let's talk. But that's not going to help me. I need to know from Melanie. I don't want to talk, but I got to talk like this. You're welcome, Bobby. Okay. Okay. I'm stuck. Melanie, please answer soon. I mean, I'm literally stuck. Uh-oh. Who's calling? Oh, no. Okay, so we have a disconnect here. That's a clue. That's a sign. He is alive. My grandma's passed. Gotcha.
You even froze on here.
I froze too.
You froze on for
me and you. Yeah, I used it as an example. So we have to really look at this because that is part of it. So it's about something that's frozen. So which means there's an emotion. And so now read her question.
Shoot.
Sorry. Bang, bang.
Okay. When is Cameron coming back? And why is he talking to my grandma in my dream?
Okay. One word about grandma. Notice that, why is he talking to grandma in the dream? So you got parts of yourself And if you label those parts, grandma is nice, Cameron is lost. I don't know what you want to say. The point is that that lost part is talking to some, and grandmas represent that ancestry information to some degree too. So you got parts of yourself that are communicating. When you, I don't know where they are, but you're asking for a definite timeline, and you got to understand everything's a moving target. Is Cameron coming back? Yes. And will be. So the interference of how soon he'll come back is that you got to remember taking the blame. Did you take the blame? And it's not about taking fault. It's not saying, it is understanding that souls can only line up in and out based on emotions and filters that we have with ourselves. It has to do with the level of consciousness. Now, he is in the same level of consciousness to some degree. So there is that a meeting that can come back again. But if you have something that's going on and it continues because it's that emotions, that's that experience that stops the time factor that we all want. When we say we want to ask, we want it now, or we want it, I don't want to wait, then what happens is that I don't want to wait means I have to wait. If you see them lost and gone, you're hanging on to those emotions. That dictates to the world that it has to stay that way. Do you understand? So you have all of these, or if you go into all of these emotionals and upheavals and all of this and get caught up in the ego aspect of heavy emotions, you will change your thought. You have to start healing the way that energy is. Okay, that's all I can tell you, and this applies to everybody. That's why I went longer. Okay, next.
Jennifer McDowell.
Okay, Jennifer McDowell. All right, it says that you can't figure something out. And I said, why? And they says, well, every time you're trying to figure out this invading energy, it drives you crazy, crappy. That's what they're going to say first. So so here's the thing. What is that about? They says there's an irrelevancy that happens. It's like you made something irrelevant. You're used to feeling irrelevant. And so this energy begins to come into play. It literally interferes with this whole process. And if I'm looking, it says there's a fear. I'm caught up. So without realizing it, you can feel how this pandemic, or you feel the fear of money, or the fear. There's a lot of fear because they're showing me ring upon ring upon ring, which means in order for you to get through this, you have got to stop believing in the worst case. And you got to stop running to the end of your timeline, because one of the things that it's doing is that it's causing you to not be in joy. It disconnects. We're hardwired for joy, but yours keeps getting disconnected. Okay. Who's next? This is something that's serious. Do they have the fevers? Do they have the sore throats? What do they have? Lillian, talk to me. I mean, they could be just sick, but what is going on? Emotions? Then it causes their body, because if their body agrees with it, if it's something they would think about, then without realizing it, their body starts to resonate and match this. To help a person when they start feeling this is start doing the 4 thumps on them. This overall 4 thumping will start that part, because the one person that has it, are they unconscious? What stage are they in? Are they unable to? Okay.
She said yes, but yes to what?
Okay. So Lillian, you need to understand that because they're closed, Lily again. Okay. They are good. All right. But you got to remember, you be the surrogate. You take on that person's name and you say their name 3 times. You're going to become this particular energy of the person. Then you're just going to see them whole. And I know that's hard, but you see them whole and you're like, okay. So then you're going to tap. And then the K27 is find it, come to the end of the ball, the bone there, slip into that. And that's where you definitely a connector. Okay. So you're going to do a couple rounds of that. Do a couple rounds of that. And then again, one of the things is because you're a surrogate and it's them, you are really feeling that it's happening to them. And when you do this, the body will start to send energies and change this, because they're hooked into that. part of that energy. I want you to do this. Put your hands on your thighs. You're going to do the connecting heaven and earth. You're going to swoop your arms up. Don't touch. Push. And that means one hand, you're going to bend your hands back. One's going to, okay, and you're just deliberately doing figure eights. And you do it on all the points. And then do the hookup on yourself as them. When you're done, you need to say your name 3 small. Put your hands up, peanut butter, spread it down to the ground, scoop up again. Okay. Now it's going to feel strange or bigger. If you get really good at this, your hands will know. And then you go back to the top, spread it down. You do it for the 3rd time. Same thing. Ooh, this one feels like cotton candy. And then you go to the top, you spread it down, and then you say, it's yours. And you, okay. If you can do that with FaceTime, if you could, however you want to do it, because you got to get this body, these bodies to start to feel better. There's a whole lot of other things we can do, but that will be good. I heard something here. Oh, I swear. Okay, I must have not heard it.
No, Phil messaged me. That's maybe what you heard.
Oh. Okay, so any other 1 minutes? Nobody else has paid, right? Not that I can see.
No more 1 minute.
Okay, you guys have been great. They're going to kick us off anyway. But, oh, speaking of that, I just got money. Bobby. Okay, Bobby. Yep, you got it in just in time. What did you want to talk about, honey? And if it's something I just said, you have to refresh my memory because it's like diarrhea. Out it goes. It's cleaner. It's cleaner. But anyway. Okay, so as soon as we hear back from Bobby. Okay. Now, a lot of times, if a person is sick, like if I could talk to those people, that's different because it has to do with what Lillian has to do. That's a different story as well. There is so much that oh, well, regardless, Lillian, they got a healing out of me. The energy just had gone to both of them at the same time. Okay. Bobby says, I want to know if somebody has had. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going to find out. Now, here's the thing. We have variables above our head. If by chance you are not meant to know at a specific times, I can't break that agreement. Now, I am not like other psychics that will just tell you stuff. I don't believe in the power of post-hypnotic suggestion and forcing you to take the variables that are there. You have to come to the crossroads of choice. So we're going to, with that said, I'm going to say, what can you allow her to know? Oh, well, they did really good, Lynn. Okay. I pulled 1 card and 2 cards. The first one is reconsider what you, a transitional energy. That means that something does not have to come into alignment. Transitional energy is a tricky thing for people to understand. That's where we are in this planet. Now, I'm going to ask you, Bobby, are you two in sync? Meaning, okay, so if you two are out of sync, let's say you do spirituality and he doesn't. The transition of this energy is you're supposed to line up because you're like, oh my God, I cannot let go of the love of my life. But you're changing because you're meant to find who you are. Your identity is him, and that is very unhealthy. My kids are my identity, my house is my identity, my job's my identity, and the heart is saying, no, you need to find your identity. So when you're looking at the feeling on a scale from 0 to 10, Bobby, you said, I just can't shake this feeling. I want you to work with me. I wish we really had but what I want you to do is I want you to take your right hand and you're going to put your 2 fingers up. Is that what you want? And then you're going to take your thumb on that second point, not the first, but the second. Put your finger here and like this. You're going to put your hand up like this, but your thumb is going to push in deep. When you have done that, I want you to focus on that feeling from 0 to 10. 10 being, ah! Okay, because we want to remove old filters and those feelings. The first feeling that you've ever felt was that you had older, and now you have to replay it out. Those filters are interfering with your relationship. Those continued twangs need to disappear because they do not need to dictate that you have to make something come past that it's not meant to. So you keep holding that point, okay? Because feel the overwhelm. Feel the overwhelm. I don't know if she's doing it, but I hope she is. Feel the overwhelm. If she gave me a scale from 0 to 10 and then she could tell me, feel the overwhelm. Get it out. Okay? This filter is interfering because it's stopping you from knowing. It's stopping you from being, because all you're doing is that your identity was what happened to you at 3. Witnessing, watching, being in that energy. And this is why you can't stop thinking about it and why you can't get rid of it, because it's not, that feeling was generated and needs to be resolved when you're little. See, and Bobby, if you take 2 seconds, tell me, are you using are you holding that? Because if you are, then I can walk you through it a little bit more. This is tricky, but it can be done. Are you okay?
Whoa, that's freaky.
Okay, is it something? I'm pausing your reading, Bobby. What's going on? Is it related?
Yeah. Okay. Lillian sent me a picture because she went back to read what she had written.
Yeah.
And she took a screenshot, and it's
Keep
Lily's
holding.
picture with Bobby's name, and then Bobby's picture with Bobby's name. I don't know if you'll be able to.
Oh, interesting. So there is a transfer. Okay, put that. Yeah, okay, got it.
And then
that same impression of when she was little. It's a different reality. I get that. When you were growing up, keep your hand there, Bobby. When you were growing up and that overwhelm, did somebody pretend that they were a good guy, but actually, they're like, I'm the good guy, they're the enemy? Did you over-identify with that? That's one of the things that they're referring to. Because it keeps going between that and 2 points. Because at the heart point, you have the severed love. And it crushed you. You're looking at the things, and she's looking at your picture with somebody else's name. Picture with your name. Did I say that right? Okay. And
her picture, or Lily's picture with Bobby's name, and then it switched back.
But what's the main question on it? What was the words that were behind it?
Let me go back. I want to know if my husband has had, and that's the one with Lily's picture. And then it was Bobby's picture with, has my husband had an affair? I had a bad feeling he has, and I can't let go.
Oh, I know what that is. Jealousy. Okay. Makes sense. This strange, freaky energy that I feel is that have they got, okay, here's the question. It's happening now because there's an energy of like you're looking. And I'm asking is that, are you, because they're showing me a particular time in my life and I knew something was up, but my ex would sit there and deliberately flirt in front of me with her to say, see? And I'm like, why are you being so cruel? Why are you doing that? And it was intention was to hurt me. And for some stupid reason, my friend also thought, well, all the guys like me. Look, even your husband. Spirit was setting me up that I'm not supposed to be with these people. They are so, I don't want to say it, I want to say the word beneath me, but that's not it. Their energy was so out of line with me that I had to make both those people disappear. I feel like you're not in the right alignment. You're so much better than this energy. That's what I keep feeling. But your little self, you could feel some strange shit that happened in your house when you were little. It's going to play and affect you in this, what is happening now. I want to give you the healing so that you can get more clarity to.
10 minutes.
Oh, in 10 minutes, we're going to be kicked off regardless. You're not supposed to have a peaceful resolution because it's supposed to blow up. You're not ready to hear the answer because you're meant to, you haven't chose a new direction. But they're asking you to take your life. You kind of like have to. You're being forced to. You're getting a bitch slap. Holy shit. You have to have this bitch slap with the husband and this sister and this whole thing. You have to have this bitch slap because you're not meant to be in this energy field. Your path has switched. You have a path switch, but you don't want it. The universe is saying, okay, if you don't want it the easy way, we're going to give it the hard way. And they literally are turning the fucking timer on. Now it's just a habit. I don't know who I am without that. I don't know what's going on. And you're going to have to be pushed to the point where you're just going to be so fucking angry that it's going to have to force you into a new life. Yes, please. I just need to let go. Yes. And that's what the healing was about. The holding of the, you don't understand how powerful this healing tool is. But it can kick shit out of your life, including people, because it will change your inner world to your outer world. Okay? You may have to have a session with me. That's all I got to say. I'm going to tell you, take it one more time. I want you to, instead of doing this other one, you do this one. Right wrist, first position. Put your thumb at that first position. Push it in deep. Feel that heartache. Stay there. Feel that heartache. Just completely feel that heartache. Put it on a scale from 0 to 10. I cannot express this enough. That's the shit you know. That's the pain you know. And you got to stare it down and you got to heal it out. This whole healing hold of you. You get your energy, your power back, and your personal power that you can move mountains. Believe me, when you get clarity because those chemical peptides calm down, you're not going to have to be stopped. You can literally, you got to heal it down to 0 though. Okay. And then you're going to have to cry and mourn for that future that is no more. But then you need to go and you know, there's all this whole area that you can go into. He would help you. Cord switching. Get these people out of your life. The cord switching literally resets the entanglement cord with these people, and the universe can work. Using the OMG one would work. Again, going and looking at the tools at my website or make an appointment with me. Because, honey, your light, your big ball of light that you're supposed to be set up to, It's here and you're over there looking that direction. We need to turn you around and we have to pull you this way. Okay? Aw, thank you, Billy. You really deserve your joy and your happiness. All right. Okay, is there anything left? Because I got to go. Is there any 1 minute left? Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much. Pilly, you are a big joy. Beautiful all women and any men that's been here. You guys have been awesome. You guys can do this. I believe in you. You may want to join up to the tribal unit and the membership so that you don't have to be alone on the spiritual journey. There's a lot of things that we can do. All right. I will be here, Monday, whatever. You'll look for the time.